2500 and ask for Mr. Harmer. That's 574-2500.
First class air conditioning. Our name says it all.
Encore Luxury Cabinets and Design staff have been designing award-winning kitchens and baths for nearly 50 years. Now Encore is proud to offer Foster Appliances, a sophisticated line of chef-grade handmade Italian products just perfect for the home chef and all of us. Encore Luxury Cabinets and Design is proud to be a select area dealer for these hand-built appliances and are in many ways superior to other brand-name high-end cooking appliances. Since 1975, Foster has created top-of-the-line cooktops, ovens, ranges, hoods, sinks, and faucets for residential and commercial use. Their attention to detail and unique accessories enhance the cooking experience, making them a preferred supplier to luxury resorts such as the Ritz-Carlton. Call Encore at 239-331-5287 to schedule a demonstration at their expanded Naples showroom, or visit EncoreCabinetDesign.com for inspirational cabinet designs and appliances for your new home or remodeling project.
When there's nothing left that makes any sense. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
Anthony, Fox News. A lawyer indicted in the probe into the Trump-Russia probe by Special Counsel John Durham, who's investigating any potential wrongdoing in the origins of that 2016 election investigation. Michael Sussman's charged with lying to the FBI.
It's only the second prosecution brought forward by Special Counsel Durham since he began probing more than 2 years ago. And this indictment says that Sussman, a cybersecurity attorney with ties to the DNC and Clinton campaign, lied about the capacity in which he was providing information to the FBI about the Trump campaign.
Fox's Griff Jenkins. Sussman's attorneys put out a statement saying he was indicted because of politics, not facts. Democrats in Congress keep working on a $3.5 trillion spending plan with tax hikes on corporations and higher income Americans. President Biden says
we can build an economy that gives working people a fair shot this time. We can restore some sanity and fairness to our tax code.
But no Republicans support that. And Republicans are pushing back on the president's vaccine mandate plan for private companies with over 100 employees. A group of 24 state attorneys general threatening a lawsuit.
The letter calls the Biden plan disastrous and counterproductive and says issuing such a mandate could prompt some workers to simply leave the job market.
Fox's Gernal Scott. Italy has a new strict vaccine mandate. Fox's Simon Owen details it live.
Dave, Italy is adopting some of the world's toughest coronavirus control measures. From next month, anybody working in any sector, public or private, will be required to display a health pass to access their workplace. The pass shows proof of either vaccination or a negative test or a recent infection. The government in Rome is hoping to rev up its vaccination campaign. Critics say the rules erode civil liberties. Dave?
Simon here in the U.S. and FDA panel will today consider booster shots and how many more Americans should get a third vaccine dose. America's listening to Fox News.
We're so glad you set your radio right here. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. Heading out on the roads this morning, we're dealing with a little bit of patchy fog heading out through southern Collier County along the East Trail and toward Marco Island. If you're taking Alligator Alley toward the East Coast, you'll drive in and out of some of that fog as well, closer to the Toll Plaza and heading towards State Road 29. No problems up and down 75, though. All of our overnight construction on the interstate is cleared. However, we're dealing with the same construction again this morning on US 17 that we had yesterday right near DuPont Street and Brown Street. So watch out for some eastbound lane closures out there again this morning, but no major slowdowns out there right now. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Friday, Southwest Florida. Good to be heading into the weekend, but we will keep with a typical kind of rainy season weather pattern. A few showers remaining possible as we head into the rest of this morning, though some scattered thunderstorms will be the case as we head into this afternoon, featuring some heavy rain and some lightning. Temperatures today for several areas only set to top off in the upper 80s thanks to a mostly cloudy sky. Look for high near 89 degrees. As we look ahead into the upcoming weekend, Saturday and Sunday, same weather pattern continues on. A few showers possible in the morning close to the coast. Scattered thunderstorms for the afternoon with temperatures back into the lower 90s for highs, a high of 91 on Saturday and 92 for your Sunday. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Need some inspiration? Don't look left. Look right. Here. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
True relief for back and neck pain.
Did you play golf or tennis today and wish that you didn't have to deal with the back or neck pain? Do you feel hesitant to swing all the way through or run across the court because of pain? People just assume they have to live with it or just get epidurals. They are wrong. People look at it from the wrong perspective. Most people only think about treating the symptoms and not the cause. At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, we treat the cause using non-surgical spinal decompression. Now available for anyone, not just the injured or professional athletes. Spinal decompression is a safe, non-surgical treatment that takes pressure off the nerves and discs, increasing blood circulation, allowing the back to heal. Safe, long-lasting results for sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, herniated discs, or even failed back surgery. Don't suffer. Call my Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation. Johnson Spinal Care, 596 Back, 596 BACK. That's 596 2225.
Constant repairs, higher energy bills, and lower air quality can all result from an HVAC system needing an upgrade. At 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating, we have several options to fit your lifestyle and budget. Visit onehourairnaples.com or call 855-1-HOUR to schedule your AC consultation.
Always on time or you don't pay a dime. Always on time or you don't pay a dime. 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating, yeah.
It makes sense. Improving that room in your home starts with improving the person designing it. While a good handyman or remodeler is probably a step up from you and the tool store person, a step beyond is an expert closet factory designer. Your designer combines interior design, a deep knowledge of materials and construction, and the ability to read homeowners like a psychic, which means a real room changer. Because creating a better space starts with better design from a better designer. At Closet Factory, that's how we build it.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, Managing Partner and CEO of Key City Capital. So why are we here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
Call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com.
Presented by Rocket Mortgage. When you need cash out of your home and a simple way to get it, Rocket can.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. It is Jake Day. It's Friday. You know what that means? That means Jake is completely unplugged already. Look at him kicking his feet up and already eating a Slim Jim. What time is it? Look at that. Slim Jim at any hour of the morning. You know it's a Friday, which is Jake Day. Looking good. It's and some extra facial hair going on, too. Hey, look, it's okay. That's all right. You know, the ladies like the look. Well, just one in particular. Just one. Okay, all right. I know I get you in trouble when I do that. All right, coming up this morning, Congressman Byron Donalds, in case you missed our interview from yesterday, it was fiery, and you'll get a chance to hear that once again at 6:35. Also, coming up in a few more minutes, I made mention of this yesterday. I kind of hinted at it. I felt like I wanted to have all the information and really feel confident that that the Biden administration was buying up all the Regeneron in the country and was holding back the distribution to the state of Florida. That wouldn't be the case, right? There's no way. I mean, talk about if true. I don't want to say evil because that's really not. Well, I mean, you could say whatever you want, but if an administration were to buy something that could be life-saving, a therapy for individuals that get the vid, and somehow, for some reason, feel like when a state says, hey, we would like to have 70,000 vials to be able to take care of our citizens, American citizens, the United States of America, and in this particular state, and then an administration says, yeah, you're only going to get half of that, actually a little less than that, and we're going to distribute it to other places who may not have asked for it, may not have a plan to distribute it, but we're just going to make sure that other people have it as well. On the surface, you might say, well, that seems fair, equitable, right? Yeah. Well, the administration was concerned about it. I was concerned about it yesterday. There's an update on that story, and there's good news because here's the thing. Leadership would dictate that you just don't sit back and take it. Leadership would dictate that you do something about it, and this governor is doing something about it. So, of course, well, you knew that was going to be the case. And just a little secret, kind of little behind the scenes Drew Steele baseball. I don't know if it's behind the scenes, but let's just put it this way. Just so everybody understands. Politics are always at play in everything. You know it, whether it's school boards or the COVID or vaccines or life-saving therapies or the border crisis. There's more on that and all of these things. Politics plays into everything. It's unfortunate, even when it comes to life-saving therapies. But if you have leadership, and this governor does, and of course is looking at a 22 election, if politics are at play and Democrats are doing anything and everything they can to try to chip away and destroy the reputation and the good things that this governor has done in the state, you better believe that they might pull stunts and just be prepared for that, and that the governor is not going to lose. He can't. There's good and bad to that. Of course, the good news is that the decisions that are going to be made coming up in the next less than 18 months. Sure, yeah, up until next year in the election. The decisions that will be made will not only be made to protect the citizens of the state of Florida in a good way. That's everybody, by the way. That's even you Democrats that live here in the state. But also the fact that politics plays into this. So decisions are going to be made based on the politics of the day. I know you hate to say that and hear that, but that's just the reality on the ground. So he's not going to lose. So if a school board is thumbing their nose at the governor of the state of Florida and will continue to do it, he's not going to just sit back and take it, because politics, it's a political season. He knows it's about politics, and he's not going to take the L for your ridiculous, dumb political decisions because you just hate him and the former president. The same way that he's not going to take the L against this administration doing some of the things that they're doing. So we'll get to that in just a second. And then yesterday, of course, we mentioned this. The U.S. Special Counsel John Durham releasing the indictment against Perkins Coie lawyer Michael Sussman for lying to federal investigators in 2016 about the people and motives behind his FBI contact. In other words, here he is, Michael Sussman, working for Perkins Coie, the law firm, under contract for Hillary Clinton, and yeah, she's offended.
I'm really offended personally.
Yeah, I knew that was coming. So he's working for Hillary Clinton's campaign, contacts the FBI legal team and James Baker, the legal counsel, wants to pitch evidence about Russian collusion at a bank, digital communications with Trump Tower. I mean, boy, you're not going to believe what I have. And, of course, this was some of the key components that led to the whole Trump-Russia collusion hoax. He starts the whole thing, goes to the FBI. Really? Is that true? And then working for the Hillary campaign and wanted the FBI to investigate Trump so Hillary could push the whole fabrication about Trump and Russians and, the PP tapes and all that kind of stuff. The FBI gets the information, doesn't want to follow through on it, but it doesn't make a difference because the fabrication already worked. The smear campaign already worked. The media ran with the story. The whole plot against the president, the movie, Amanda Milius and Devin Nunes, and when we had them here to discuss this whole cycle of how it works. Even though you're part of the campaign, the Clinton campaign, and again, these are the things that once you recognize it, you see it happening even today. Throwing information at the FBI or throwing information at the DOJ. Just picture this. You go to the FBI. The FBI, who, in a lot of ways in on it, knows they're getting this false information because they make the claim to the FBI. Then ultimately, the media picks up on it and says, well, this is happening, so it must be true. And they follow along with that. There's There's no going back on that. The smear is already out there. And then it becomes this cycle where the media picks it up and then, well, the FBI is picking this up. The media is saying this, so we should investigate this. And it's this vicious cycle. Do you see what I'm saying here, Jake? It's this vicious cycle. It's like if you were to lie about somebody that you work with to get them in trouble with the boss, and then the boss hears about this and then goes back to you to find out about it, and then you say, yeah, and then all of a sudden it becomes this vicious cycle between all just you, but it continues to play out. And soon you're like, this person must be guilty. So keeping an eye on the story, obviously throughout the morning and during the day, you'll hear more about this story as it progresses. But yeah, so that's a little bit of good news. We'll see how far we can get. Getting right up to the top. Of course, the Clinton royalty. Do you ever get to the top? All right. And then also with the governor of the state of Florida and what I discussed yesterday, and we're going to get to that coming up. We're going to take a break right now. And when we come back, here you go. Jen Psaki being asked, why is it that you're holding back Regeneron, monoclonal antibodies, life-saving therapies from the state of Florida when they asked for it? What's her response? And wait till you hear the governor's response yesterday, which is pretty much like, yeah, guess what? We got a plan B. Keep trying. Because politically, you're not going to succeed. You're not going to succeed in doing something that it seems so, again, if I was going to use the word evil, it's withholding life-saving therapies for politics? Would you do that? Well, we'll answer that question coming up. Stay break 92.5 Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Therese O'Shea.
Good morning. Off to a pretty clear start for the Friday morning drive across Southwest Florida. We are crash and incident free right now. Just dealing with a little bit of fog, mostly hazy to patchy fog heading through southern Collier County right now toward Port of the Islands, the East Trail, and the Everglades area right around Marco Island and Goodland. So you may just drive in and out of it. Alligator Alley, in fact, visibility is looking very good if you're taking a ride toward the East Coast early on this morning. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Friday, Southwest Florida. Look out for a few showers closer to the coast. Kick off the day with scattered thunderstorms this afternoon. Clouds increasing with temperatures only set to top off in the 80s for most areas. Look for high near 89 degrees. As we enter the upcoming weekend, highs in the lower 90s. Additional chances for scattered thunderstorms both Saturday and Sunday. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
92.5 Fox News. Right.
This Fox Business Report is presented by Island Air. High quality AC repair and installation. Online at islandairfl.com. Online at islandairefl.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Ford is hiring. It says it will add 450 jobs at 3 Michigan plants to meet demand for its new electric pickup, the F-150 Lightning. The Wall Street Journal reports federal prosecutors plan to criminally charge former Boeing pilot Mark Faulkner, suspected of misleading regulators about safety issues, blamed for 2 fatal crashes of the Boeing 737 MAX. Massachusetts fines a subsidiary of Mass Mutual $4.75 million over claims it failed to supervise agents, including one known on social media as Roaring Kitty, whose online post helped spark January's trading frenzy in GameStop shares. And stocks ended mixed. The Dow lost 63 points. The Nasdaq rose 20. I'm Carmen Roberts. That's your Fox Business Report, invested in you.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. If you need new windows or doors for your home, heads up. This message is for you. New South is having a one-day factory sale this Saturday only in our factory showroom. 40% off high-performance award-winning windows, 40% off energy-efficient windows and patio doors, 40% off our factory direct products installed. Bring in your measurements for on-the-spot pricing or call today. One day only, this Saturday from 9 till 4. New South windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, and we guarantee them for life. Please visit us at newsouthwindow.com.
Is foot pain making your life miserable? The Good Feet Store specializes in foot pain relief. Call 552-FEET or visit us at the Good Feet Store in Naples or our newest location in Fort Myers. Or stop in for a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet Store.
Replace your AC today, go on a cruise tomorrow. Island Air wants to send you to the island. Matt here from Island Air of Southwest Florida with some great news.
Decisions. Do I buy an air conditioner? Do I take a vacation? For a limited time, Island Air is offering you both in one package.
Call us today to find out more details on how to claim your voucher. Call 239-466-8668.
Call 466-8668 for more details.
License number CAC 057544.
Glenn Beck gets it right and blows the left out of sight.
This guy, he was a moderate. Wrong.
Sorry.
He was going to bring us back together.
President Obama?
Wrong. He was going to bring the credibility of the presidency back to the world stage.
Let me see.
You don't want to miss the next Glenn Beck program. Today, 9 till noon on Southwest Florida's 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Rock Solid wants you to be our customer at Rock Solid Countertops and More. $9.99 gets it done. For a limited time only, get a full set of kitchen countertops from $9.99. Installed. Rock Solid guarantees to beat any competitor's prices, including installation. So come see Hugo and his team in Naples. And now serving Port Charlotte at 4135 Tamiami Trail. Visit RockSolidNaples.com. Rock Solid, where $9.99 gets it done.
You've worked hard in life and created substantial wealth, but isn't your legacy about more than money? At FindMark, we ask our clients, how will you prepare the next generation? Will they inherit your values along with your wealth? Having a plan is essential. FindMark can help. Visit us at our locations in Fort Myers, Naples, Bonita Springs, and Estero, or online at findmarkbank.com.
Check this out, Southwest Florida. We're happy to announce you can still get the original MSRP for your trade-in, but only at Naples Nissan. If your trade-in is a 2013 or newer with less than 120,000 miles on it, regardless of brand or where you bought it, Naples Nissan will pay you the full original base MSRP for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. Yes, that means whatever your car was worth when it was new, even if you didn't buy it new, that's exactly what it will be worth right now. But only here at Naples Nissan. We've got hundreds of new and like-new low-mileage pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Now is the time for you to make that upgrade. To get full details on how you can get the full original base MSRP for your trade-in, come see us at Naples Nissan here on Pine Ridge Road or visit naplesnissan.com today. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along. This is Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
I think we have to stop coddling people when it comes to this and the vaccine, saying, oh, you can't shame them. You can't call them stupid. You can't call them silly. Yes, they are. The people who aided and abetted Trump are stupid because they believed his big lie. The people who are not getting vaccines, who are believing the lies on the internet instead of science, it's time to start shaming them. What else? Or leave them behind.
Leave them behind. All right, there's Don the Lemon who's saying leave the unvaccinated behind, the unwashed, because they're all Trump supporters, every single one of them. I wonder if is Nicki Minaj a Trump supporter? I'm not really sure. Well, I mean, she asks questions, but you're not allowed to ask questions. We just got to leave you behind. I have questions. I have questions about why it is that the governor of the state of Florida asked for 70,000 more monoclonal antibodies, something that the White House, the administration, has control of. They've purchased all of the Regeneron, and now all of a sudden it's gone from 70 to 30. What's up with that? Jen Psaki was asked about this.
He promised on September 9th that he was going to send 50% more supply of monoclonal antibodies to states. Yet, the Biden administration is cutting supplies in red states by 50%. So, for example, in Florida, they were expecting to get 70,000 doses this week, which they say they need. They're only getting 30,000 doses. And this is not just for unvaccinated people. In South Florida, half the people who are seeking this treatment are fully vaccinated. So why is the Biden administration cutting these supplies?
Yeah, that's an interesting question, right? Donald Lemon might be asking that question as well. And so I asked the question yesterday, and what does Jen Psaki say?
That's not accurate. So let me give you the accurate information.
Okay, right, because, this administration is going to give you the scoop. This is the accurate information, everybody. Here we go. Let's do it.
First of all, we are increasing our distribution this month by 50%.
Yeah, we're talking about the state of Florida. We got a cut here.
In early August, we were distributing an average of 100,000 doses per week. Now we're shipping an average of 150,000 doses per week.
Yeah, we're talking about the state of Florida. What's going on here?
Over the last month, though, and one thing that I think people need to understand for clarity, facts. I know you're like facts.
I love facts. Give me the facts, Jen Psaki.
Is that monoclonal antibodies are life-saving therapies that are used after infection to prevent more severe outcomes. So clearly the way to protect people and save more lives is to get them vaccinated so that they don't get the COVID to begin with.
No, you can get COVID to begin with. As a matter of fact, I know a couple of people just yesterday just got COVID. They're fully vaccinated. So, yeah, that's not really the honest truth. But let her go. Go ahead.
But over the last month, given the rise in cases due to the Delta variant and the lower number of vaccination rates in some of these states, like Florida, like Texas, just 7 states are making up 70%.
All right, here we go. It's the lower vaccination rates, which really isn't true in the state of Florida. I'm going to get to those numbers, the hard numbers about the lower vaccination rates in the state. The Florida vaccination rate, by the way, is above the national average. It doesn't matter, but yeah, it does. It really does matter in this case.
Of the orders, our supply is not unlimited.
Okay, all right. So the supply is not limited. We got to go to other states. So the person is asking another question. The reporter says,
no reports of a lack of supply. So why cut them to those states only if there's no reports of
right. There's no lack of supply. Why can't you just get it to everybody and what they ask for?
As the government overseeing the entire country is to be equitable in how we distribute.
All right, here we go. It's about equity. It's equitable, diversity, equity, and inclusion. Let's be equitable too when it comes to the monoclonal antibodies, which there's no lack of supply. They could just take what they're getting and get them to the states as needed and as they want it. And the need was 70,000, and now we're only allowed to get 30,000. Now, I'm not suggesting that this administration would be holding back Regeneron because politics. You wouldn't do that because it's life-saving. That's not what you would do, right? Right. But anyway, the governor's like, yeah, we got other plans.
What I am doing, though, is we're going to try to cover the bases. I had a call yesterday with GlaxoSmithKline executives about their new monoclonal antibody. How do you pronounce it? Sotrovimab, yeah. I always mess that up. So Sotrovimab was given EUA, I believe, in May. So the Eli Lilly one, which is kind of now coming back, but the Regeneron, that was at the end of 2020. Sotrovimab was EUA in May.
Okay, so we got one EUA in May. We got another one. We're going to go to GlaxoSmithKline. We'll just buy directly from them, right?
Now, they do not have a direct purchase agreement with the federal government. Federal government's bought all the Regeneron. They just upped it for another shipment. Honestly, that should have been done many months ago. But we are not able to buy it directly from Regeneron.
So you can't even get it directly from Regeneron. So the governor's like, okay, I see what you're trying to do. Even though it's a horrible, horrific thing to imagine that you would be holding back a life-saving therapy. But, that's okay. We got other plans. They're going to go directly to GlaxoSmithKline. See, that's leadership. That's what you do. What Joe Biden does is
not a joke.
No, it really is a joke, actually. But, all right. Congressman Byron Donalds, our interview from yesterday coming up.
This is Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. We all count on our home's electrical outlets to provide us the power we need when we need it. But sometimes an overloaded circuit can lead to a blown outlet. So leave it to the pros at Mr. Sparky. We'll get it done right and get it done safely. Call now for $70 off any electrical repair.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888.
Limitations and restrictions may apply. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in the respective state or county.
Southwest Florida homeowners. Home values are up and interest rates are down, which means now is a great time for a mortgage checkup. This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse. Many of you listening might have purchased or refinanced your home within the past year, so your mortgage could be the last thing on your mind. However, the real estate market has changed quite a bit in 2021, which means your home has likely increased in value. More equity in your home means there has never been a better time to get cash out for home improvements. You could also qualify for a lower mortgage rate with our no closing cost refinance loan, and for some, more equity in your home means you could eliminate mortgage insurance. Mortgage Warehouse is Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader. No points, no hidden fees, no closing cost, period. Give us a quick call today at 313-5000. That's 313-5000, mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
Oh, according to research, 82% of people remember radio ads. That means that 82% of you listening right now will remember that this is an ad for ZipRecruiter. If you're hiring, 82% of you will recall that ZipRecruiter makes hiring faster and easier. And 82% of you will note that you can try ZipRecruiter for free today. But you have to go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Yes, free. 82% of you will keep in mind that ZipRecruiter's technology finds qualified people for your job and actively invites them to apply.
Scott, is that you? Who are you talking to?
82% of you will also know that I, live with my mom. But the most important thing to note is that ZipRecruiter works. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Will you be part of the 82% who remember where you can try ZipRecruiter for free? It's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Again, that exclusive link is ZipRecruiter.com/free. How much? Free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hello, I'm Dave Harmer, owner of First Class Air Conditioning. Since 1977, we've been pretty selective when it comes to hiring new people. We take special pride in the craftsmen we train and employ. If you're an experienced HVAC professional, consider joining us. With a 40-year track record, we're here for the long haul. Call today, 574-2500, and ask for Mr. Harmer. That's 574-2500.
First Class Air Conditioning. Our name says it all.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Nearly 3,400 more COVID-19 deaths were reported in the U.S. yesterday by Johns Hopkins University. There's a debate over whether people who've been vaccinated should be getting booster shots.
An FDA panel of experts meets today to review the evidence released this week from Pfizer that's pushing FDA approval of its third vaccine dose, as the company says its current vaccine protection against COVID wanes after 6 months. A group of leading U.S. and international scientists concluded that COVID vaccine booster shots are not needed at this time.
Fox's Jeff Manasso. Fewer Americans think President Biden's doing a good job.
The latest Reuters Ipsos poll show 44% of U.S. adults approve of the job the president is doing. The ugly ending to the war in Afghanistan, a resurgence of COVID-19, and a rise in inflation, all adding up to the lowest approval rating since he's been in office.
Fox's John Saucier. America's listening to Fox News.
Wink News Traffic.
Good Friday morning. Still a very clear and quiet start to the morning drive. We are crash-free and incident-free out across Southwest Florida. No problems right now up and down I-75. If you're heading toward 41, the only thing you may notice is a little bit of patchy fog out toward the East Trail near Port of the Islands and heading toward Goodland down San Marco Road. Still a pretty easy commute, though, if you're on the bridges between the Cape and Fort Myers and heading from North Fort Myers into downtown on the Edison or Caloosahatchee bridges. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Friday, Southwest Florida. Good to be heading into the weekend, but we will keep with a typical kind of rainy season weather pattern. A few showers remaining possible as we head into the rest of this morning, though some scattered thunderstorms will be the case as we head into this afternoon, featuring some heavy rain and some lightning. Temperatures today for several areas only set to top off in the upper 80s thanks to a mostly cloudy sky. Look for high near 89 degrees. As we look ahead into the upcoming weekend, Saturday and Sunday, same weather pattern continues on. A few showers possible in the morning close to the coast. Scattered thunderstorms for the afternoon with temperatures back into the lower 90s for highs, a high of 91 on Saturday and 92 for your Sunday. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
It's all right here at 92.5 Fox News. We've been right all along.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. I've been told once that I'm the most credentialed mold investigator in South Florida, which kind of makes me a nerd in this business. When your air conditioning guy is talking to you about mold, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's just trying to sell you a solution that probably won't work. When you hear about ultraviolet lights and the duct cleaning, you're listening to somebody who has no idea how to solve a mold problem. If you want real answers and real solutions, give me a call at 239-482-1542 because I'm actually an expert and have the training and credentials to back it up. I won't sell snake oil solutions, and I'll tell you the truth. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in this business since 1949. Locally owned and operated.
Sales desk, this is Marty.
Hey, Marty, it's time to get paid.
Paid for what?
Paid for your trade.
Okay.
Victory Lane Chevrolet is paying over book value for trades, and Florida drivers are cashing in.
They're paying over book value for trades. I get it, okay.
Correctamundo, Marty. Used car values are worth more than ever. It really is the best time to trade.
Why would I pay over book value? Tell me that.
Well, why do you overcharge customers for new Chevys?
I don't overcharge.
Okay. Enjoy your new Silverado, ma'am. Get paid for your trade at Victory Lane Chevrolet and get over book value for your trade. Plus, during truck month, receive a $1,000 accessory cash allowance with your new truck. Victory Lane Chevrolet on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Find new roads. Online, victorylanechevrolet.com.
All rebates to dealer offers do not combine. $1,000 cash accessory is for GM parts only. Expires 9/30/21.
License number CCC 1333045.
Did your roof weather the storm? Don't let leaks linger. Count on Crown Residential Services for all your roofing needs. Water damage can quickly become a big problem, but the Crown team is just a click away at crownroofing.com. Repairs, replacement, free estimates, and the Crown Guard maintenance program, so you can be prepared and stay prepared. Count on Crown for rapid, affordable, quality roofing solutions. Go to crownroofing.com. That's crownroofing.com.
Whatever you're doing this weekend, stop your plans and enjoy 60% off on a large collection of diamonds, rings, bracelets, and necklaces.
Hi, Stuart Duncan here. You're invited this weekend to our 60% off sale. Come see us. Savings like no other.
Don't miss the savings at Duncan's Diamonds 60% off event.
Enormous selection. Magnificent diamonds.
This Friday and Saturday only. It's happening at Duncan's Diamonds.
An avalanche of glittering diamonds, engagement rings, wedding bands.
If it's in the showcase, it's a whopping 60% off. Now is the time to save at Duncan's Diamonds.
I want you to find the diamonds and jewelry you will love today and save 60%. And we will not be undersold by anyone, anytime, anywhere, and you can count on it.
Duncan's Diamonds. It's worth the drive for the best prices on diamonds and jewelry.
This weekend only, 60% off event.
In the Gulf Coast Town Center. See store for details.
Have you heard them yet? Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, today at noon, right after Glenn Beck. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching the program and subscribing to the podcast at drewsteele.com, or just type in Drew Steele into Google and you'll find us, or your favorite podcast location. All right, coming up this morning, a lot to get to, including a little more of Jen Psaki yesterday and what she was talking about. Why does the president have a repeated cough, and are they concerned about his health? Well, you could probably answer that already. What about leaving troops in Afghanistan? She's answered questions on that as well. Plus, why is Amazon blocking ads for books that are critical of Black Lives Matter? Like, why would you do that? I mean, it's not that big a deal, right? I mean, it's just CRT is good. I mean, it's anti-racist, shouldn't we? Oh, yeah, because you're critical. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm starting to understand it. All right. Anyway, we did have an opportunity yesterday to speak with Congressman Byron Donalds. We had a pretty in-depth conversation about a lot of different issues, including the issue of General Milley and what we are hearing through this book, Peril, Bob Woodward and Costa from the Washington Post writing this book. And I wanted to get his thoughts on what he's been hearing about General Milley, and certainly a lot of people are concerned about this treason, a coup. What are his thoughts? And, what about this story that we've all been talking about?
If
the allegations are true, is grounds to be court-martialed. Like, this is not hard stuff. This is coming from the same crowd that said, oh, no, Hillary Clinton did not violate the Espionage Act. Yes, she did. If you read the statute and you look at what Hillary Clinton did, she absolutely violated the Espionage Act. The problem was that her last name was Clinton and not Smith or Jones, because if that was the case, she would have been prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. We have a real problem, Drew, and this is bigger than the Milley thing. It is at minimum, at the best, this is a complete dereliction of duty and a complete violation of the chain of command. At worst, it's sedition or treason.
Yeah.
But our bigger problem in the United States right now is that depending on what side you're on, or depending on what side it helps or hurts, that determines what half the media, or frankly most of the media, will say, whether it's good or bad. And that's propaganda, Drew. That's not about the role of government. That's not about the functions of government. That's not about separation of powers. That's not about civilian authority over the military. This is the kind of stuff that destabilizes and destroys your country. When you get into these tribalist responses because your side might look good, or because you're trying to save Joe Biden, or because you're trying to make Donald Trump look inept and incompetent, frankly, because Joe Biden is inept and incompetent, but that's another matter for another day. This is the real problem we have here. That's why when you have media people spinning, when you have the State Department spinning, this is a joke. It makes us look like a third world country when we can't even hold a general accountable for something we all know. Back this up. If you have a transition from Bill Clinton to Barack Obama, and there was a chairman of the Joint Chiefs who was a holdover from George W. Bush, and they did this, you and I both know Obama would have fired that general and they would have court-martialed him.
Yep.
Without question. We all know this. So we got to stop playing these games in our politics. You got people like Joey Behar who are like, oh, he saved our country. That is a lie, and it is a joke. Because if Donald Trump was going to launch an offensive against China, why wait till after the election? You do that mess in like June or July. You don't do it when the election is already over, and now they're basically in the process of transitioning power to Joe Biden. What they're doing is why people don't trust media. This is why people don't trust the institutions of government. This is why people don't trust CDC. That's more COVID than this thing. But it's all indicative of the same issue. They would rather protect their side to maintain, credibility. You lose credibility in the eyes of people. Because number one, with the Republicans, your credibility is already gone. But now with independents, even independents now are looking at it like, well, wait a minute. That's bad. Why are you looking at Trump? Like, yeah, I get it. You hate Trump, but Trump's gone. Trump doesn't even have a Twitter account. He doesn't even tweet anymore. Trump's gone. He's not in power. Why is everything about him? This is the problem we're having in our country. It is actually one of the key core problems in our country. And if we don't get over this insanity of constantly having to blame the other political party to score points instead of doing, frankly, what is right in front of us, doing the right thing, handling that business, and then moving on, our country is in real, real trouble.
Yeah, and we've talked about this before, and I'll say it again. The crisis of trust, number one, that we have with our institutions, with media, and certainly the issue of the Constitution. Listen, if nobody's willing to follow it, we don't have a republic. I mean, that's a big issue. And you've got a media who's encouraging things like what Milley did as if this is heroic in some way, which it's not. And again, as we've talked about too, the binary choices that are always put in front of us. Like there was nothing else that General Milley could have done if this were the case, that there was only one thing that he could do, and which is ridiculous. He could have resigned and then reported and then said that there were plenty of options if everything were as bad as described. But we all know the politics of the day and how it's been playing out. And that, even in Afghanistan, you can even speak to that. Even, everybody seems to forget that with all of these headlines that are flying around, we still have the issue of Afghanistan right in front of us, right there on Capitol Hill, things that you have witnessed and what they've, from Secretary Blinken on down and others who continue to talk about Afghanistan. Like, Like we're going to trust the Taliban to continue to do things diplomatically, and even at state with Ned Price and some of the things that he's talking about with regard to the diplomatic moves that are being made with the Taliban and some of the things that they believe that are just kind of rainbows and ponies. It's not real life.
You're completely right. This is a true mess. Here's a question: if Admiral Milley did this in the last days of the Trump administration, was he doing this with the Taliban? Was he? Was he talking to the Taliban behind the scenes like, oh, don't watch the news coverage, this is what we're intending to do? Is he back channeling now? I'm sorry. That was something reserved for the Secretary of State, civilian authority, or the President of the United States, civilian authority.
Yep.
But the military, from what I'm told, is never supposed to step outside of the chain of command. And I never served, but this is what I'm being told. You have members of our military who blew the whistle on critical race theory in our military, and they were forced to resign their commission. I'm sorry, what's worse, telling the truth about what's happening in the woke military under Admiral Milley, or back channeling to Chinese generals about what our actions are going to be when it comes to military action? I don't know which one is worse, but I know we've had men and women in uniform who were forced to resign their commissions because they decided to tell the truth about critical race theory in the military.
Yeah.
This is the problem.
Right. Yeah. And, I still am concerned about what's happening in Afghanistan. It's not over. I know you are as well.
No,
and you've been speaking up about this and how we need accountability and how we're just not getting it.
No, I mean, look, Blinken he did his tour with the House and the Senate yesterday. It was a flat out joke.
Yep.
Basically all he did was restate the talking points and defend his position, blame Trump because they said their hands were tied because Trump set a deadline. But that's a lie, Drew. I've looked at that deal. There were 10 preconditions, 10 of them. The Taliban violated them all.
Yep.
Joe Biden didn't have to do anything. We had Bagram Airfield. We basically had Kabul under control. There were issues in the outer provinces. But other than that, if we had just supplied air power like, President Ghani had asked, we wouldn't be in this situation right now. Those are basically the facts.
Right.
But Joe Biden didn't care. Joe Biden was committed to doing what he wanted to do. Based upon what I've read and the conversations I've had, even since we talked last, Drew, Joe Biden knew full well what he was doing, period. He knew full well. There are people in the military apparatus and in the intelligence community who warned him of what was going to happen, and he didn't care. And so as a result, there are Americans still left behind enemy lines. 13 of our men and women are dead, and this all sits at the feet of Joe Biden. And because the media knows this so much, we have to talk about Bob Woodward's book.
Yeah.
Because we got to turn the page. We got to get onto something else. Because the more they have to talk Afghanistan, the worse it gets for Joe Biden. And this goes back to this thing with Admiral Milley. This is not about, we have to hold the Biden administration accountable. Because remember what they said when we were still operating HKIA over there in Kabul? When we were still operating HKIA, they were like, the number one focus needs to be making sure we get Americans out. We can hold people accountable once that mission is done. Well, guess what? That mission is done now. We're not in Afghanistan anymore from a military perspective. So let's start holding people accountable, because the people who are getting out of Afghanistan now, Americans, that's not being facilitated by state. That's being facilitated by former operators who are on the ground doing the hard work, getting Americans out of harm's way. It's not being done by the federal government, no matter what they might say. State Department's coming in at the last minute and saying, hey, we organized this charter in this other area for you to get on. That's what State Department's doing right now. I know this because I've talked to my colleagues who are still working this stuff heavily because they have connections on that side of the world. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
But we're not holding Joe Biden accountable. We're not doing that. They're not holding Blinken accountable. We're not doing that. Nancy Pelosi's covering for them. Chuck Schumer's covering for them. This is the insanity, because you have a commander-in-chief who was derelict in his duty. He knew full well what was going to happen. Knew full well. Yeah. I can say that. No equivocation in my voice, Drew.
Yeah.
He knew full well what was going to happen. He wanted to do it anyway. And as a result, American soldiers are dead because of his inadequacies. Oh, and by the way, let's not forget the fact that they launched a drone attack against quote-unquote ISIS-K, and it hit somebody who was actually loyal to us and their family.
Yeah.
That also happened.
That's true. Congressman Byron Donalds joining us on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. I kind of want to pivot just a little bit, but I talked about this morning, and this is kind of, where some people would look at this and say, this is not that big a story. It is a big enough story in that this is how the media and how the left will eat their own, and how there is this inability for people to have the freedom to think for themselves. Too much of this is going on. And I'm talking about the Nicki Minaj issue, which on the surface, some people might say is like ridiculous. Like, why are we even talking about Nicki Minaj? What's, here you have somebody who's in the culture, 22 million Twitter followers, somebody who, say what you want about what the culture is and the cesspool that it is, and it is. But the fact of the matter is that the minute somebody decides to say something outside of what you are told you are allowed to say, then you are going to be eaten up as well, and the how the culture takes care of it, and how the left and the media will go after individuals, and it's this. And the thing that I'm concerned about is we have an election coming up. We've got 22, we've got 24. We know full well what big tech is doing and how they will allow certain things to be out there, how they feed off. I just had the Facebook story about how Facebook makes money and feeds off the outrage, the toxicity that is there. The more angry that stories become that are put out, the more viral it goes. This is what they want to happen, and how it's tough enough for us to fight back. And even with that story of Nicki Minaj and how she dared to say something different than she was, I guess, quote unquote, allowed to say as an individual, her freedoms.
Well, we're going to talk about the Facebook algorithm, because what you talked about is true. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
The Nicki Minaj story is also the Larry Elder story. And let me put them both together. What Nicki Minaj did is just state, frankly, what a lot of black people are saying, Drew, because, I'm a congressman, but I'm still a black man. I talk to a lot of black people. I'm talking to family members of mine who are upset about having to possibly go get the vaccine because they're being forced to. I'm talking to friends of mine from high school and from college who have heard me talk about this vaccine mandate situation. They're like, hey, we agree with you. They're not Republicans, Drew. They're not conservatives. But they're like, hey, you know what? On this thing, we do agree with you because I don't want to put it in my body. That's what Nicki Minaj did. So when you have somebody like Joy Reid and these people on the left who go after her because she's stating her case about how she feels about something as a free-thinking person in America, she has to get squashed. She has to get put down in a major way because she does have a platform. Because the one thing we know about the left, and, Nicki Minaj is realizing this one right now, shout out to the Queen for realizing it, is that if you have a different view from the left, they don't want to debate. They want to shut you down. And this is the stuff that was happening on college campuses that we were so concerned about 10 years ago, and now it's here for all of America to see. This is a real problem. That's why I say the Nicki Minaj issue is also the Larry Elder issue. If there was a black Democrat who was running for office anywhere in the United States and an egg was thrown at them by a white person with a gorilla mask on, it would have been wall-to-wall coverage from big media, definitely in California. But because Larry Elder is a conservative, it was nothing to be seen, no issue here. Because he has a different viewpoint from the political left, if no matter what you do to them, no matter what you say to them is justified, because it's not about race, it's not about income, it's not about economics. This is about political domination. This is about political ideology. And the left plays one way. If you don't agree with them, you're to be shut down. You're to be silenced. You're to be told you're a fool. You're to be told you're a moron. You can be marginalized. You can be politically attacked. You can be racially attacked just because you don't agree with them.
Yeah.
And so I think what's happening right now in our politics is that black people and Hispanic people are seeing firsthand what happens when you disagree with the left. Because when you disagree with the left, you're no longer a black queen anymore. When you disagree with the left, you're no longer an established, intelligent, articulate, a black man who's not afraid to stand strong and state their opinions. Now you are the enemy and you must be silenced. So the Nicki Minaj story is the Larry Elder story, because it is the story of what happens, not when you're a conservative, but when you have a different opinion and viewpoint from the left and you're not afraid to share it and you have a platform to share it upon. This is what happened to you. So I'm glad that she punched back because, folks, she didn't just take it and go into a corner and be like, oh, I apologize. I'm going to go, get some counseling and figure out what's going on. She is pushing back on the left and Joy Reid and her idiocy. She's pushing back hard. She's not going to stand for it. And so, like I said last night on Fox News, the left, they shouldn't go after hip-hop artists because hip-hop artists are accustomed to having to clap back at people. And so now they're going to get that medicine. But she has a platform. And so because she has a platform and she's pushing back, there are a lot of other black people who are going to hear her push back, and they're going to have the same questions. They're going to be like, wait, why can't I have a question about something? Do I got to just toe the line? She said something on her Twitter I'm not going to say on your show, Drew. I'm going to leave that alone. People can go listen to it herself. But this is the reality. And if you talk about the culture wars, it's things like this that actually help conservatives get a foothold in the culture war. Because in the culture wars, people want to be able to speak their mind. And what they're seeing in this COVID environment and in these political environments now is that if you are on the right or you just have a different opinion from the left, let me say it that way, you don't get to speak your mind.
Yeah.
And that's disastrous for our country.
And it should be something that is recognized and pointed out. And the more that they do this, the more there is opportunity to step in to that place and say, this is what we've been trying to talk about. This is what we've been trying to communicate. And let me explain once again why what the left is doing to you is wrong and about your liberties and freedom and your freedom to think for yourself. And it's there. And even with the Facebook thing, and I'm looking at the time, and just quickly, I thought you might want to comment on that because I brought it up and I thought it was a big deal. The Facebook algorithms is another thing. This is what we fight against. This is the political fight and the battle that is going to be taking place in just months from now, where we're going to have to deal with this. We're going to have to be able to get off of Facebook and actually pick up a phone or actually sit in front of somebody face to face and have conversations to explain. Because Facebook would love nothing more through their algorithms to twist everything we say around and to make it tougher for us.
Listen, the Facebook algorithm, is designed to do one thing, and it's to feed you more of what you look at. That's what it's designed to do. The reason they continuously feed you more of what you look at is because they get paid. They don't get paid by sending you random stories. That was the old algorithm. What they realized is that if they just continue to feed you more of what you like looking at, then they're going to make more money. It's that simple. So Facebook is in it for the money. That's all they care about. What happens is in our country is that people get most of their news actually from Facebook and social media. So when you have people in the country who are constantly looking at the things that they like and the algorithm only feeds them that story or that line of stories and nothing else, that actually is what leads to a lot of the tribalism that we're seeing, because people aren't stepping away from the Facebook algorithm or the Google algorithm and being like, well, let me go look at all this other stuff and then make a decision. They're going down one line of one stories. And you're right, Drew, the more controversial it is, the more toxic, the more quote unquote toxic it is, people click on that stuff more. That's why these editors write these headlines the way they write them. They're not written to convey information. They're written so you click on them. And this is one of the other problems we're having in our society right now, because people are going into their rabbit holes, and Facebook and Google feed the rabbit hole. They don't feed truth. They feed the rabbit hole.
Yep, it's true. All right, Congressman Byron Donalds, this was great. Another great day, and we always appreciate Thursdays hanging out with you. So we'll see you next week. All the best.
Drew.
All right, we'll see you. 239-479-5592. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
In business, it's never just another day. Every day is the day that could bring your biggest order yet, or a new cyber threat. Whatever the day holds, with Comcast Business, you'll be prepared. With a network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. Comcast Business Security Edge to help protect your connected devices, and a dedicated team available 24/7. Every day in business is a big day. We'll keep you ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with a fast and reliable internet and voice solution for $35 each a month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Or Ask about our best deal on a gig speed bundle with a $500 prepaid card. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com to learn more. Offer requires enrollment in paperless billing and autopay through My Account. Ends 9/19/21. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 35 megabits per second internet and one voice line. Early termination fee applies. Equipment taxes and fees extra and subject to change.
People sometimes may wonder why they need a big law firm after their injury. Imagine you're on your way to work and then bam, your whole life changes. You're injured and now you have to fight for justice. Your opponent is not the driver of the car that hit you. It's their insurance company. When you're fighting to get what you deserve, it's go big or go home. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Fox News listeners, Saturday morning is the perfect time to talk boats and water fun in Southwest Florida. This is Adam Botana again from Baywater Sousa Boat Club. Join us every Saturday morning from 7 to 8 for the Baywater Boat Club Hour. We talk boats, fishing, boating hotspots, water quality, on top of Jake the Millennial and I just having fun on the radio. And if you don't have a boat, Baywater Sousa Boat Club has got you covered. Just call me, Adam, at 239-495-0455.
For eligible individuals 18 or older only. Not available in Oregon or West Virginia. Results vary. See website for details and important safety information.
How are your hearing aids sounding now?
A little tinny.
Okay, 2 seconds.
With hearing aids from Lively, everything is done remotely in the comfort of your home, from initial testing to adjustments.
How are they sounding now?
Fantastic. So much better. With Lively, you get premium Bluetooth-enabled hearing aids at thousands less than you'd might expect. The best hearing aid technology is now affordable and convenient. Your hearing aids are sent right to your door. And if you have any issues, we'll make adjustments 7 days a week. No charge. Ah, you people at Lively are wonderful. With Lively hearing aids, you get free shipping, 3 years of follow-up care included free, plus a 3-year warranty with loss and damage coverage. You can't lose. I hear better than I ever thought possible. Now get $100 off your hearing aids when you go to listenlively.com/radio. That's listenlively.com/radio. listenlively.com/radio.
You've got 96 hours. It's the 96-hour used car elimination event at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral. Pre-owned Hondas, Toyotas, Nissans, Fords, trucks, crossovers. Over 500 used vehicles must be sold Thursday through Sunday. Payments start at $99 a month. Prices start at $39.88. Plus, every credit application will be approved during this event. There will never be a better time to save, and inventory is selling fast. Hurry and buy the quality pre-owned vehicle you want for as low as $99 a month. Prices as low as $39.98. Over 500 vehicles. All credit applications approved. Time is ticking away. Your 96 hours of huge savings ends Sunday. Rush to Florida's #1 Nissan dealers, Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car megastore. Online at flnissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much.
See dealer for details.
Getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
This update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Wink News. Traffic.
Good morning. Dealing with some patchy fog heading through southern Collier County toward the East Trail and Port of the Everglades. Just watch out for some hazy conditions, especially if you're on Marco Island and heading toward Goodland right now. But for the most part, our visibility is pretty good across Southwest Florida. We're not seeing any problem spots on 75 early this morning. Definitely getting a little more volume out there near the airport and close to Daniels Parkway. Heading out through our area bridges, everything running up to speed, but we are starting to see some volume building on Colonial Boulevard through Fowler Street, coming off the Midpoint Bridge and passing through 41. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News next.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Friday, Southwest Florida. Good to be heading into the weekend, but we will keep with a typical kind of rainy season weather pattern. A few showers remaining possible as we head into the rest of this morning, though some scattered thunderstorms will be the case as we head into this afternoon, featuring some heavy rain and some lightning. Temperatures today for several areas only set to top off in the upper 80s thanks to a mostly cloudy sky. Look for high near 89 degrees. As we look ahead into the upcoming weekend, Saturday and Sunday, same weather pattern continues on. A few showers possible in the morning close to the coast. Scattered thunderstorms for the afternoon with temperatures back into the lower 90s for highs, a high of 91 on Saturday and 92 for your Sunday. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Does 92.5 Fox News have a live stream? You bet. Go to rightallalong.net.
Abbott Hill in Naples is your one-stop shop for every aspect of your remodeling and renovation projects. Their team is committed to providing innovative solutions with the highest quality products. Abbott Hill offers from modern European style to furniture-grade, authentic, handmade old Amish cabinetry. Each piece is made with the highest quality solid woods and traditional construction methods for your new kitchen, office, entertainment wall, vanities, and built-ins. A large selection of unique porcelain tiles, including top designers like Roberto Cavalli and an exclusive collection of large format slabs and tiles from Versace Ceramics.
Hi, I'm Peter, the owner of Abbott Hill. Please come see my showroom located on 5880 Shirley Street in Naples, or call 239-260-5246.
If you're in the market to update your kitchen, bathroom, or floors, Abbott Hill is offering free kitchen design consultation and 20% off countertops with the purchase of kitchen cabinetry. Abbott Hill, returning the quality of yesterday and leaving you smiling for years to come.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. If you need new windows or doors for your home, heads up, this message is for you. New South is having a one-day factory sale this Saturday only in our factory showroom. 40% off high-performance award-winning windows, 40% off energy-efficient windows and patio doors, 40% off our factory direct products installed. Bring in your measurements for on-the-spot pricing or call today. One day only, this Saturday from 9 till 4. New South windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, and we guarantee them for life. Please visit us at newsouthwindow.com.
I'm Harvey Massey. At Massey Services, we know every lawn is unique and requires customized care. That's why our environmental approach includes aeration, which allows water and nutrients to reach the roots of your lawn, as well as an irrigation program, which ensures proper coverage and reduces water waste. With Massey's Green Up program, you'll enjoy a healthy and a beautiful lawn year-round. That's Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit ldtlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano. ldtlaw.com.
When was the last time you checked in on your insurance? Give CIG a chance to review your current coverage and find you better rates. Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. My team and I are dedicated to finding you the best suited coverage at the best rates. Give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. I'm confident we can save you money for the same or better coverage. Qualified agents are standing by. Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda, CIGFlorida.com.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at gooddealsappliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. We stream live. DrewSteele.com. That is the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching the program and subscribing to the podcast anytime you want to listen. You can go to DrewSteele.com, and there's a link there, so you can subscribe. We appreciate it. It's Jake Day Friday. Jake is half unplugged, but I need to ask him a couple of questions about some local stories, so maybe he can chime in. Are you going to be prepared for that, to be chiming in on some of these stories that we're going to get to in just a bit? Kind of tease him a little bit, and then maybe if you want to dive in. So we're going to talk about how Nancy Pelosi, and it feels like Democrats are just doing a huge setup on Saturday. The former President Trump knows about this rally, supposedly about the January 6th rioters, and that there's going to be this this event that's taking place in Washington, D.C., and it just feels, smells, stinks like a setup. When Roger Stone is like, yeah, don't go. No, it's a setup. Don't do it. You know that, well, I mean, a lot of people have said that this is a setup. The fence around the Capitol building, Justice for J6 rally. I haven't heard, have you heard about this? I haven't heard one single person talking about it at all. Jake was mentioning before, he hasn't heard it, and he's connected with all kinds of people that are saying crazy stuff on the interwebs. But nothing, right? Not a peep. And now all of a sudden they're putting fences up, and it's going to be this big rally, and nobody even knows. So they want to bring attention to people who've been jailed in suspicion of participating in the riot. And obviously, there's a lot to this story we're going to dig into in just a second. So I wanted to talk about that. Nancy Pelosi, who out yesterday was calling you, all of you people who are Republicans, the GOP, you got to take the party back because I sound like Joe Biden instead of Nancy Pelosi. I don't know how to sound like Nancy Pelosi. It's kind of a... well, that sounds like her. She's saying that you're all a cult. It's a cult. That's what it is. And then she goes on to say other things that you just have to hear because it's Nancy Pelosi and you need a laugh on a Friday. So we'll get to that coming up. Also, the president of the United States had a few things to say yesterday. And I am going to shock you by saying that Joe Biden yesterday said one of the most honest things I have heard a politician say in a very long time. And kudos to the president of the United States, Joe Biden, for being honest yesterday. And if you're ready for some honesty, I'm going to play the audio coming up. It may shock and surprise you. So that is on the way. A couple of local stories I wanted to get to. Number one, obviously, a lot of people are talking about the Gabby Petito case, and I saw a little bit of the audio and video yesterday from the Moab police, an hour and 17-minute body cam video. Did you see any of that video yesterday? It was really disturbing.
I've seen clips, but I haven't heard the audio.
I don't even want to play it because it's kind of like one of those things that bothers me to hear because it was distressing. They got into an argument in Arches National Park. And if you know anything about Arches, it's like the Grand Canyon, Arches. Think Red Rock. Think just middle of nowhere.
Desert.
Living in Utah for a year, I can tell you that people go to Arches, they go to Moab, and they'll take a car, a camper, tents. You'll drive into the middle of nowhere. It's pitch black, and people will just, right there, they'll just set up and they'll camp out. And, I mean, you know, obviously, safety issues, being in the middle of nowhere issues. A witness said they saw Petito slap Landry. Landry, is it Landry or Laundry? And then pushing her away, the boyfriend, and somebody called police, and so again, this story, and as it starts to pick up steam across the country, nationally, and Jake has been kind of sort of half following it, seeing more about this and the details on this story, and this whole case has been something of a mystery again, and a lot of people that are following this story, and as I've been checking it out, the one thing I think that's so disturbing is when you see that body cam video and you hear her, and there's definitely distress there. And then obviously the issue of the boyfriend coming back into town and nothing to see here, doesn't want to talk. And, you know, again, it's one of these things that is playing out in real time. And it's just, it's awful. It's awful to see this happening. And obviously, as more details come about this story, we will get them to you this morning. Another story I'm watching here is the Fort Myers changing the panhandling ordinance amid scrutiny, is the way NBC2 put it, which I thought was pretty funny. It's scrutiny because, you know, there's a couple of people that are looking at the panhandling situation and are like, you know, I'm really not sure about this. Yeah, you're darn right that the panhandling thing is an issue. And I'm just telling you that you have somebody who was arrested by police in October of 2019 for violating the city's panhandling ordinance. And if you are like me, you have probably been in a situation. It just happened, a couple of months ago. Remember we were talking about this, Jake, when I was at the corner of College Parkway and US 41. Somebody's panhandling in the middle of the road. And you think about the college side of that intersection, and somebody's in the intersection and they're panhandling, and as the light turns green, the person in front of me is driving, and the person in front of them stops to give the panhandler something. They run into the intersection, and the person in front of me almost not only hits the person panhandling, but hits the person in the car as well, causing an accident. Just part of the issues. And so they went to court, and they reversed the original conviction. A court of appeals reversed this case, arrest by police for the city's panhandling ordinance. A couple of days before, they switched it to something else. I guess it was endangerment. What do they call it now? Oh, dangerous use of public roadways, which is exactly what it is. But again, the panhandling issue is one of the big issues too. Is this going to cause more people now, less arrests, and more people to show up and panhandle in Southwest Florida? And it's getting down to that season. You know, you don't see them as much anymore, and you're thinking, oh, well, that's because of the laws that are out there. People don't want to be here. Jake's like, yeah, no. No, the reason why you don't see them here is why, Jake? Because it's too warm up north. Wait till the weather cools off and they start coming down south, and they're looking for places. Listen, I've seen it before. I've seen what happens in major metropolitan cities, including New York, where I was raised, including Salt Lake City and other places on the West Coast, where when you have this welcoming community of people who are allowing panhandlers to be there, or allowing homeless to set up camps. Do you need to go any further than San Francisco and see what is happening in Los Angeles, San Francisco, in California, Salt Lake City, if you want to look that up, and the issues of homelessness? And then when you invite that in, that you're just asking for a lot of problems. Because again, like I brought up in the past, nobody asks the real basic questions. They don't talk to the individuals and ask them why they're here. What's the issue? Why are they not in housing? Because most of them don't want to live in housing. They don't want to be anywhere where you want them to be. The help that you're offering them, that you think it's COVID, it's somebody down on their luck. No, that's not what it is. And you find people that will find an individual anecdotally who was out on the street because of an eviction or something that happened with COVID, and all of a sudden that is the blanket explanation for homelessness, and it's not. And the drugs and other things that run rampant in the homeless shelters and communities across the country. Just look it up. You can see for yourself. And again, it's so frustrating because people don't even bother to ask and find out from these individuals what's going on mentally, if there's stability there, or whether or not it's something that they just thumb the nose and they don't want to be part of society. And look, and again, I only say this because many times we have individuals who, in trying to do the right thing, and to be compassionate and show compassion, which is an awesome thing, are being taken advantage by people who are in this world who look at people like that as vulnerable and easy to target and easy to take advantage of. And where you think you're doing something good or helping, you're not. You're making it worse. I mean, I hate to say it like that, but it's just the way it is. So that's it. I just saw that story. And I just hope that this change of laws here, and it's all across the county. Stero has the same thing. Fort Myers now has this. And it's true. That's what it is. It is dangerous use of public roadways, banning people from stopping or standing in narrow medians and banning physical interaction between people and cars that aren't legally parked. But then when you have a 20th Circuit public defender who's saying, if the government wants to infringe upon somebody's constitutional right, they're going to have to show a very compelling state interest. People are uncomfortable because they're begging for money. No, it's not because they're uncomfortable because they're begging for money. They're uncomfortable because they're going to cause an accident and get somebody killed. Well, you hope that's not the case. And then again, the begging for money begs the question, what's going on with these individuals? Don't you want to know? Doesn't your compassion call you to ask, to find out what's happening with them? Why they're doing this? Or do you not care? It's just it's okay. That's their constitution. They're just out in the street. It's just like anybody else. It's like if you were out there on the street and you were protesting something. That's all it is. It's the same thing. No, it's really not. I mean, common sense would dictate that. All right, 239-479-5592. What else we got going on? All right, do we want to take a break? And then when we come back, sure, let's do this. When we take a break, we'll come back with what I will tell you is the most honest thing that Joe Biden may have ever said in his political career, 172 years standing. So we'll have that piece of audio coming up. It may shock you. And yes, I said it's a moment of clarity and honesty. And I give him credit for it. And then I play Nancy Pelosi audio, which I don't give credit for anything except, doing things to destroy the republic as we know it. I might say that. Oh, I know, that's hyperbolic. No, it's just a bowl of doggy do. All right. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Therese O'Shea.
Good morning. Dealing with a major problem spot along Golden Gate Parkway, just off of I-75 in Naples. There's a crash at 60th Street Southwest and Golden Gate Parkway eastbound. All eastbound lanes are shut down right now coming off of I-75. So expect to see a problem spot and backups building out there. If you're heading through that area, you may want to take Pine Ridge Road instead of Golden Gate Parkway getting off of 75. And then you can head south from there down Logan Boulevard or Livingston Road. We also have a crash we're watching on Alico Road in 41 in Fort Myers. Another crash on Summerlin Road just north of Gladiolus at Elderberry Lane in South Fort Myers, causing some slight slowdowns but no roadblock out there. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Friday, Southwest Florida. Look out for a few showers closer to the coast to kick off the day with scattered thunderstorms this afternoon. Clouds increasing with temperatures only set to top up in the 80s for most areas. Look for high near 89 degrees. As we enter the upcoming weekend, highs in the lower 90s. Additional chances for scattered thunderstorms both Saturday and Sunday. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
The news you need. The host you trust. Getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
You've been hearing about Key City Capital for the past 3 months. They've been actively investing in income-producing real estate for over 10 years here in Southwest Florida. If you're like most investors, you're looking to achieve strong returns in your investment portfolio, but don't want to take aggressive risk. Key City Capital was founded to achieve this goal and have been since inception. For over 10 years, they've generated consistent double-digit returns for investors without risking a penny of their principal. They can do it for you, too. Key City Capital would like to invite you to a free dinner and informational event at the beautiful Country Club of Naples at 6 p.m. on Thursday, September 30th. Come be their guest for an enjoyable evening. Learn about their real estate-backed strategies. To reserve your seat online today, go to kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com. Thursday, September 30th, 6 p.m. at the Country Club of Naples. There's no charge for the dinner or the information, but you must reserve your seat in advance at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
Whatever you're doing this weekend, stop your plans and enjoy 60% off on a large collection of diamonds, rings, bracelets, and necklaces.
Hi, Stuart Duncan here. You're invited this weekend to our 60% off sale. Come see us. Savings like no other.
Don't miss the savings at Duncan's Diamonds 60% off event.
Enormous selection. Magnificent diamonds.
This Friday and Saturday only. It's happening at Duncan's Diamonds.
An avalanche of glittering diamonds, engagement rings, wedding bands.
If it's in the showcase, it's a whopping 60% off. Now is the time to save at Duncan's Diamonds.
I want you to find the diamonds and jewelry you will love today and save 60%. And we will not be undersold by anyone, anytime, anywhere, and you can count on it.
Duncan's Diamonds. It's worth the drive for the best prices on diamonds and jewelry.
This weekend only, 60% off event.
In the Gulf Coast Town Center. See store for details.
Hey, this is Papa, reporting that we're still getting a lot of calls from homeowners who were told they needed a new re-roof after Irma. Most of these folks had a few broken tiles that are obsolete. Our company has 2 warehouses filled with the older obsolete tiles that have never been used. If you think that you may not need a new re-roof, but only need to replace some obsolete tile, please call me for our free tile roof inspection. We may be able to repair and seal your roof to make it look new and beautiful, a lot cheaper than replacing the entire roof. If you call me for our free inspection, we'll place you on our proactive list. And in the event of another hurricane, you won't have to go searching for a contractor because we will automatically call you to see if you need assistance. Let me show you how we can clean and seal and protect your roof, pavers, and pool decks. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Carrie, and Cody, call us at 945-2700. That's 945-2700, area code 239-945-2700. We're open 24/7, and you can call us right now for a free tile roof inspection.
License number CCC 1326213.
Matt and Justin here with Island Air of Southwest Florida. We know it's stressful when your air conditioner breaks down. Now when the time comes to replace your system, you don't have to sacrifice your vacation budget to pay for it. Because for a limited time, Island Air is including a cruise vacation voucher when you replace your heating and cooling system. This is a limited time offer, so if your AC is on its last leg and you aren't sure if it will make it through the summer, then don't delay and call Island Air today.
Over the past year and a half, we know that many people have sacrificed their vacations. Please take the opportunity to let Island Air take you to the islands or many other places around the world.
We are including a vacation voucher with the purchase of your new home air conditioning system, redeemable for cruises and luxury condos in many countries around the world. Find out more details on how to claim your voucher for a limited time. Call 239-466-8668.
Call 466-8668 for more details.
License number CAC 057544.
Hi, I'm Keith, the owner of Storm Shield Windows and Doors in North Fort Myers. And when it comes to hurricane windows and doors, you have 2 choices, Storm Shield and all the rest. Here's what our client Lauren had to say.
Our windows made a difference in terms of how our house looked. So it looked 30 years old with our old windows. And now that we have our new Storm Shield windows, they look totally different. Our coastal look is coming along. We definitely have other projects to do, but the look alone of these windows has definitely improved our house. We have more energy efficient windows than we had before. It's quiet, and we definitely know in the event of a storm that we're safe and secure.
Storm Shield's windows and doors reduce the exterior noise by up to 80%, and our clients typically see an average energy savings of 40%. Why choose Storm Shield? Because everyone deserves the best. Call us today at 239-491-7002 or visit stormshieldSWFL.com.
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. We got Kat's in Naples. Kat wanted to speak about the homeless population. I was bringing that up as we just talked about that story about panhandling here in Southwest Florida. Go ahead, Kat.
There's the same guy that stands on near a corner of the same store that I go to every single weekend. He's standing there. I've called about him several times, and I was told that the Florida law recently changed, and they are not allowed to, the only one that can ask that person to leave, demand them to leave, is the store owner. But this guy is standing where there isn't a store. So the cop said that he's talked to these people before, these homeless people before, begging for money, and offered them a ride to St. Matt's, and they don't want it.
Right.
They don't want help.
Right.
They're standing there to get money for drugs.
That's the problem. Well, that's it, Kat. And listen, thanks for the call. We're running up against a break. We got to run. But that's the part of the issue. Listen, it's not compassionate, for example, as I've talked many times about this, to allow the homeless to just be out there and not ask who they are, what they're doing, and find out more about them. Compassion is just not letting people live on the streets and panhandle and not find out more, unless you're worried about what you're going to find out. And to find out that they don't want help. They don't want your help. They just want to do what they do. And then some of the things that they're doing that may or may not be the best things in the world. And you need to find out about these things.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
Getting older has its advantages. Early bird dinners, senior discounts, day drinking. If you're one of the millions turning 65 soon, it might be time to take a look at your insurance options. Original Medicare, Medicare Advantage, so much to keep in mind. At Millennium Physician Group, half our patients are 65 plus. No matter what insurance benefits you choose, make sure your Millennium primary care doctor is part of your plan and your connection to a healthier life. Millennium Physician Group. Connect today. 844-CALL MPG, millenniumphysician.com.
Glenn Beck gets it right and blows the left out of sight.
I think that's what makes me so great is my humility, wouldn't you say? I was taking on too much of the world's problems. We all have our own role, and I want you to understand this clearly. My job is to do what I can do.
You don't want to miss the next Glenn Beck program. Today, 9 till noon on Southwest Florida's 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
He raids your fridge.
You're out of Barada.
Borrows your car without asking.
Scratches? What scratches?
He's your brother-in-law.
I'll pay you back.
He takes what's yours, and there's nothing you can do. But when identity thieves want to take what's yours, you can do something. LifeLock by Norton monitors your info and alerts you to potential threats. If you become a victim, they can help fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses, but you can save up to 25% off your first year at LifeLock.com using promo code NEWS.
Attorney Joe Cordell. New school, new job, new home. Change is hard and can leave you feeling isolated, and divorce delivers one of life's hardest blows. The relationships you counted on are suddenly gone. But you don't have to walk through this alone. Call Cordell & Cordell. You're not alone.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Miami area attorneys. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Offices in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and by appointment only in Dadeland. CordellCordell.com. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
Tee up and swing into summer at Coral Oaks Golf Course in Cape Coral. Experience excellent playing conditions, GPS golf carts, and low summer rates. Play 18 holes with cart for just $35 before noon, $30 after noon, or play any day after 2 p.m. for only $25 all summer long. Book tee times up to 7 days in advance at CoralOaksGolf.com. We'll see you at Coral Oaks, where every day is a great day.
Fox News listeners, Saturday morning is the perfect time to talk boats and water fun in Southwest Florida. This is Adam Botana again from Baywater Sousa Boat Club. Join us every Saturday morning from 7 to 8 for the Baywater Boat Club Hour. We talk boats, fishing, boating hotspots, water quality, on top of Jake the Millennial and I just having fun on the radio. And if you don't have a boat, Baywater Sousa Boat Club has got you covered. Just call me, Adam, at 239-495-0455.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. Heading out right now through Golden Gate Parkway. Eastbound lanes shut down right near I-75 because of a crash with injuries near 60th Street Southwest, just east of I-75. Traffic is being redirected off of the interstate there. Can't exit to Golden Gate Parkway because of that crash, so you want to either exit a little farther north at Pine Ridge Road or farther to the southeast at Collier Boulevard. Also keeping an eye on a crash heading through Alico Road and 41 in Fort Myers. One more in South Fort Myers heading through Gladiolus Drive, just north of Gladiolus at Summerlin and Elderberry Lane. If you're heading along 75, shouldn't be any major problems in Lee County right now. Just dealing with another crash at College Parkway and McGregor Boulevard. No injuries. Doesn't look like much in the way of roadblock there as well. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Friday, Southwest Florida. Good to be heading into the weekend, but we will keep with a typical kind of rainy season weather pattern. A few showers remaining possible as we head into the rest of this morning, though some scattered thunderstorms will be the case as we head into this afternoon, featuring some heavy rain and some lightning. Temperatures today for several areas only set to top off in the upper 80s thanks to a mostly cloudy sky. Look for high near 89 degrees. As we look ahead into the upcoming weekend, Saturday and Sunday, same weather pattern continues on. A few showers possible in the morning close to the coast. Scattered thunderstorms for the afternoon with temperatures back into the lower 90s for highs, a high of 91 on Saturday and 92 for your Sunday. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
When listening to the radio in your car, remember to always drive on the right side of the road. Keep it here on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
In business, it's never just another day. Every day is the day. They could bring your biggest order yet, or a new cyber threat. Whatever the day holds, with Comcast Business, you'll be prepared. With a network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. Comcast Business Security Edge to help protect your connected devices, and a dedicated team available 24/7. Every day in business is a big day. We'll keep you ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with a fast and reliable internet and voice solution for $35 each a month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Or ask about our best deal on a gig speed bundle with a $500 prepaid card. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com to learn more. Offer requires enrollment in paperless billing and autopay through My Account. Ends 9/19/21. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 35 megabits per second internet and one voice line. Early termination fee applies. Equipment taxes and fees extra and subject to change.
I've been asked, did you plan on becoming the largest injury law firm in the world? And the answer is no. We set out to be focused on our clients and to have a commitment to trying cases and winning. And when you have those results at trial, you're able to settle most of your cases quickly and fairly. Hard work and client satisfaction was our plan. It worked. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
True relief for back and neck pain. Back pain, neck pain, we hear so much about it every day, but most people never understand what causes it. Very often, it is more than just sore muscles. Many times, it is caused by disc and nerve compression in the spine. This is very often not addressed. The only way to get pressure off the discs in the spine is to decompress the discs. Here at Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, non-surgical spinal decompression is a specially designed, computerized table to provide gentle, precise pulling to draw pressure off the discs and release the nerves. This process draws blood back into the discs, allowing them to heal. Completely safe and comfortable for any age. No hanging upside down. Patients with stenosis sciatica, bulging discs, neuropathy, scoliosis all find great, long-lasting relief with decompression. Call my Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation. Johnson Spinal Care, 596 Back. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Where do designers store their clients' furniture when doing an estate home remodel? Rice's Moving and Transport in Naples. With over 10,000 square feet of air-conditioned storage space, designers use Rice's Moving and Transport for one reason: trust. They know Rice's Moving team will pad wrap and inspect all articles carefully, then securely store them. Contractors use Rice's during a remodel to store customers' personal items too. Upon completion, everything is then returned to your home, completely unpacked and carefully reassembled. Another important point to consider when selecting a mover is this: only a handful of moving companies actually follow all the laws. Many moving companies simply pay employees in cash. This creates an issue for you as they are not insured. If there's an accident, you're responsible. So if you're planning a whole home or condo remodel or need help moving and storing your treasured furniture and valuables, trust Rice's Moving and Transport, fully licensed and insured for your peace of mind. Rice'sMoving.net, moving you into the future.
After Drew, it's Glenn Beck 9 till noon. You've come to the right place. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
239-479-5592, the talk and text line streaming live. DrewSteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. Coming up this morning. Oh, by the way, the podcast is out there if you want to subscribe to the podcast and check out the show at your convenience, maybe even throughout the weekend. Also, coming up at 8:35, Mike Opelka, pureopelka.com. We're going to get into more details on the Gabby Petito case. He's been following this like crazy, so we'll get into details and what he knows and what he's hearing about. And it's the 10th anniversary of OWS. Do you know what OWS is? 10 years ago. OWS.
No idea.
You were just a pup. You don't remember these things. Remember Occupy Wall Street? You were just a pup. Yeah, I know. You were just a little baby back then. You were just a little Jakey Jake back then, and that was when the world was pure. That's when you could go on your cell phone and actually make a call to people, to human beings. You could talk to them instead of what we find out now, which is everything is. It's just the world of Instagram and Facebook, and how Facebook is tracking you, and of course putting out content that is all negative and toxic because they want to make more money. Yeah, remember that release from yesterday that we talked about? That place. But we don't want to talk about that. Here's what we want to talk about coming up. I mentioned this earlier. A lot of people are asking, okay, this is big. The most honest thing Joe Biden has ever said. A moment of clarity and honesty from the President of the United States, and I appreciate it. And I think it's important that we recognize it and be able to look at it and call it out when it happens. I know a lot of people want to make fun of him and everything else, and Joe Biden, he says the funniest things, right?
All men and women created by the thing.
You got to stop, because when there's a moment of clarity and seriousness, you just have to. You have to play it. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So Joe Biden yesterday, the most honest thing I think he's ever said in his 172 years in politics.
I know many Americans are still struggling to make it through each and every day. For too many, it's harder and harder to pay the bills, food, gas, rent, healthcare.
He's right. He's absolutely being honest and correct. And it's all under his watch. You thought that I was going to... No, come on. I said, well, all right. But no, that's true, right? I mean, so a moment of clarity and honesty from the President of the United States, who is having the opportunity to let everybody know that everything's fine here, move along. We've got a lot of positive things, a lot of thumbs up. I mean, the American people see it, right?
Biden's approval rating keeps slipping. 42%, only 42% approve of him and his policies right now.
Yeah, it's not really working out. Gas prices are going down, right?
We're also going after the bad actors and pandemic profiteers in our economy. There's lots of evidence that gas prices should be going down, but they haven't.
Yeah, that's true. They haven't. It's all about the bad guys. It's everybody else. It's nobody else. It's not his fault. It's everybody else's fault. Excuse me. I was going to say it's nobody else's fault but him. That's true. But for this administration, it's completely opposite. By the way, the cough thing is getting a little weird. Have you noticed that Joe Biden's got this really annoying cough? He just did it there. Did you hear that? I mean, yesterday it was really bad. Listen.
We're also going after the bad actors and pandemic profiteers in our economy.
It's not the first time he's done that. And it was recognized by the White House press corps, who asked Jen Psaki yesterday about that. Like, well, what's up with the cough?
Many of us were in the East Room watching the president. We've seen him on many occasions where he has a repeated cough. What is the situation with that cough, and is that a concern?
It's not a concern. We have a doctor who travels with him, obviously, who checks in if it is ever warranted. And certainly that continues to be the case, as it has been since the beginning of his presidency.
Is there an explanation for why he coughs so frequently in situations like that? I'm sure you saw it.
I did. I don't think it's an issue of concern.
Yeah.
I think there are a range of reasons why we may need to clear our throat, or we may have a little light cold, and that's certainly something that presidents, elected officials, reporters, spokespeople can confront, but it's not an area where we have a medical concern.
Yeah, no medical concern. Look, everybody gets a cough. Calm down. I mean, what's the big deal? He's got a cough constantly. And he says things that are odd constantly. But then, sometimes he's right on the money, right? It's
healthy
Yeah, the wealthy?
We're doing very well before the pandemic.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I've said, starting back in my campaign for president, that it's not enough to just build back. We have to build back better than before.
Yeah, I got it.
And that's how it all begins.
Yeah.
Big corporations and super wealthy have to start paying their fair share of taxes.
All right. Do you know how much the wealthy pay in taxes? Do you realize that the wealthiest among us are the ones that are paying the most in tax? I got to go through this again. Do we have to keep doing this?
It's long overdue.
Yeah.
I'm not out to punish anyone.
No.
I'm a capitalist.
Sorry. Said he's a capitalist. Yeah. The fair share of taxes, and Joe Biden's a capitalist. Hey, that's pretty funny stuff. So, all right, 239-479-5592. What else? Oh, hey, if you're in the GOP, you're part of a cult, according to Nancy Pelosi, and you know she would know about cults and bad things that politicians do. And just remember that any single time that a Democrat, yeah, I'm talking to you, Democrats, I know, the ones that email this program. I mean, literally, that's what they email me, which is really bizarre. It's hard to decipher. But when I see the, I know it's you. The Democrats, every time they say something negative about a conservative Republican, a Christian, and they go after people I know the Christian part wasn't fair. That's not really, okay. But every time they go after Republicans and they go after conservatives, then you realize that they're talking about themselves to try to make it look like it's them that are doing it when it's actually the Democrats that are doing it. So here you go.
I'd say to my Republican friends, and I do have some, take back your party. You're the grand old party of America. You've done wonderful things for our country. You're now been hijacked by a cult.
You've been hijacked by a cult. Why do I get the impression that there are a lot of people who are probably thinking to themselves, Nancy Pelosi would know about those kind of things. Again, it's when Democrats say these things, you have to realize they're talking about themselves. When, you know, they're going after a president for a Russian collusion hoax, when you find out that the real story behind it is that the Clinton campaign was funding the whole thing, and we come to find out now the attorney representative Hillary Clinton's failed 2016 presidential campaign indicted on Thursday for allegedly lying to federal law enforcement officials during a 2016 meeting about who he was representing when he presented information about Trump and Russia to the Bureau, you know, making up these lies to the Bureau. And the Bureau runs, they're like, oh, you're coming to us with the story. I can't believe it. And then the press gets a hold of it and it's like, hey, look at this. And then the FBI is like, oh, look what the press is saying. So we got to pick up this story. Let's find out more. And then it's this vicious cycle. That's how the whole Trump-Russia collusion thing worked, this vicious cycle. But no, it's Republicans that you realize it's the Democrats that start all this. Hey, what else did Nancy Pelosi have to say?
That is just not good for our country. Take back your party. Do not let it be dominated by those who want to suppress the vote because they have no positive message to win.
Okay, so again, the narrative is that Republicans don't have a positive message, so it's suppressing the vote, and people are sitting there going, "Gosh, she's right." There are a lot of people that might ask you, Nancy Pelosi, for you to take back the party. I might even suggest that you would take back the party from Bernie Sanders and AOC and the Squad and the far left. Maybe you should even take it back to a point where it was more like Bill Clinton or JFK. You realize if JFK was around today, he'd probably be a Republican. I mean, I'm talking about the policies and everything else as people have talked about. What about you in taking back a party? Well, no, I mean, maybe you like what Bernie Sanders does, right? I mean,
this is what you do.
That's what you do. That's what you do.
They want to suppress the vote, and that's how they would win. Those who disrespect the rights and the beautiful diversity of America, and it is even becoming...
I can't do it. All right. So there's Nancy. And she just goes on for a whole other minute about, pretty much saying the things about the Republican Party that the Democrat Party is actually doing, like suppressing the vote and election integrity. And all right, 239-479-5592. Hold on. Is it Rob? I don't know where Rob's from. Yeah. He's been holding on, but Rob's on with us right now. Rob, where are you right now, sir?
Hey, I'm actually on 41 in Benito.
All right. Well, there you go. And Rob wanted to speak about homeless and the issue of homelessness here in Southwest Florida. Go ahead.
Well, sure. No, I was listening to, I guess, your position regarding the panhandling that's been going on over in Lee County. And yesterday there was a roundtable discussion with Congressman Byron Donalds.
Yeah.
And one of the things that he pointed out, and this was in regards to assisting veterans and the homelessness problem in Lee County specifically. One of the things he pointed out is that there are a lot of zoning issues in Lee County and Collier County that really make it prohibitive to build new facilities that would take in lower income folks. And I'm pretty sure statistically that most of the homeless that we're seeing now, if it's not a heavy percentage, it's a majority, are actually veterans. And I'm curious, from where you sit, how do we address that issue where we have prohibitive zoning laws in Lee County specifically and assist the veterans that are sitting on the streets?
Yeah, well, the first thing right out of the gate, and I said it I spent a whole year in Salt Lake City saying the same thing over and over again when I was talking to elected officials there who were having the biggest issues with homelessness in the city. It had been up to a crisis point where it was the biggest news story there. And I asked them the same question. And I asked not only you, but others that are listening and elected officials, what do you even know about these people? Not one single person would ever say to me that they know for a fact that the people that are homeless in Southwest Florida, Salt Lake City, or any place else, they never bother to ask them or find out more about them as individuals. Who are they? Where are you from? What is your mental stability? Are you a veteran? Are you somebody that doesn't want to be somewhere like St. Matthew's House or someplace else? Are you someone who is bringing drugs and other things into the community and you're a problem? Do you have a criminal record? We have to start there, Rob. Nobody asks the simple questions that are the most compassionate questions to ask. The thing we're constantly told, and I'm just really kind of tired of it, to be honest with you, you can hear it in my voice, is that we're told that the compassion is to help them to, in the case of Salt Lake City, I'll just bring this up because the West Coast, and this is what they do, to give them a place to tent, to give them blankets, to give them clothing, to give them food, to give them all, which is it's a wonderful thing to be that compassionate, but they never ask what I believe is the most compassionate question is, who are you? Where are you from? What's going on?
Drew, in our community, which is the other coast, and I've been up to Portland, and I've been up to Salt Lake City, and on this coast, in our community specifically, which is one of the heaviest veteran populations in the United States, there are a lot of people asking these questions, and a lot of organizations down here who are specifically putting a lot of effort into asking these questions. I would just maybe encourage you, who has a platform to most of South Florida, maybe to focus on some of those organizations and invite them to this conversation.
Yeah, I would love to do that. I would love to know more about the organizations that are doing the hard. I mean, I know a lot of some of them. I won't say a lot of them, but I do know some of them that are doing the work. But it is a sad state, right, Rob? When let's just be honest. But let's be honest between the two of us, right? It is a sad state when we don't find out more about individuals and we make assumptions based on something that we're told is compassionate, when really the compassion is to learn more about individuals. Listen, if you've got homeless veterans, and again, you know how I feel about veterans in this community and all across the country, and you know how I've said this before. To me, veterans should have anything and everything that means that they need. And from mental health care to listen, if you've got an issue with homes or finding food or health care or anything, there is not one single thing that we should not, since day one, have been giving to veterans. The people, the men and women who have served this country, whatever they need, they should have had since day one. And the things that have happened with the VA in the past and the issues that go along with that, I could go on for a long time with issues there that I've been concerned about. And so, to your point, yes, if there is an issue when it comes to veterans and homeless, we need to know. But we also need to know, as the community as a whole, who these individuals are, why they're here. And thanks for the call, Rob. I appreciate it. And And for one of the biggest reasons, again, and this is why I'm so passionate about this, is because we're told a lie that the best way to help them is to give them that independence of being able to be find a place in town, in Lee County, in Collier County. Listen, if this is where they want to tent up, then we should give them the ability to do that. If they want to panhandle, well, listen, they're down and it's a struggle right now and COVID, and they should be able to do that. You don't even know. You don't know the first thing about these individuals, and Salt Lake City is a tale for the country. And I keep bringing it up because the kind of drugs that have been brought in, the crime, homicides, sex trafficking, child abuse. I mean, the issues that they look at and say, well, what happened here? How did this happen? And again, I'm bringing up a point that is an important point because what I'm about to say again, and I know we've gone long and we're not going to do Drew's College today, and I apologize, but it's this. It's so important to understand this. There are people in this world, there are forces on this planet that will use your compassion and your love for human beings, I would say even your Christian faith, against you. Against you. That would use the forces that would use that to have you believe something that is not happening, or something that you're seeing that you're like, there's a problem here. No, there's no problem. This is how they want to live. Well, yeah, but I don't even know who they are, and I have safety concerns about my kids, about my community. I have safety concerns about them panhandling on a street corner when accidents happen and they run out to go get money from somebody who stops short to give it to them, and the person behind them doesn't see them, and the accidents you can cause, and let alone all the other things that I described. It's just one of those things I've seen before, and I've seen it play out. 239-479-5592. I know I ran long. I apologize. Friday of all days should be the day to do Drew's College. There's no way we're going to be able to squeeze it in right now. Right, Jake? Just double checking right now. Okay. Sorry about that. All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Sales desk, this is Marty.
Hey, Marty, it's time to get paid.
Paid for what?
Paid for your trade.
Okay.
Victory Lane Chevrolet is paying over book value for trades, and Florida drivers are cashing in.
They're paying over book value for trades. I get it, okay.
Correctamundo, Marty. Used car values are worth more than ever. It really is the best time to trade.
Why would I pay over book value? Tell me that.
Well, why do you overcharge customers for new Chevys?
I don't overcharge.
Okay. Enjoy your new Silverado, ma'am. Get paid for your trade at Victory Lane Chevrolet and get over book value for your trade. Plus, during truck month, receive a $1,000 accessory cash allowance with your new truck. Victory Lane Chevrolet on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Find new roads. Online, victorylanechevrolet.com.
All rebates to dealer offers do not combine. $1,000 cash accessory is for GM parts only. Expires 9/30/21.
You know, it is a lot of fun when you invite people over your house and tell them to drink out of any faucet that they would like, because you get your Pentair water system that is there. And as a matter of fact, even confidently saying, hey, check out the water diagnosis that I did here. And you can see for yourself how fantastic my water is. Look, there's a big difference with Pentair water diagnosis that you will get with Pentair Water Solutions. Pelican Water is now Pentair Water Solutions, the pros. My buddy Max is the best. Pentair uses the same digital testing equipment as the EPA to test that water. So you don't get some hardware store test tube with dyes and all that stuff. You can see the results printed out right in front of you. And for a recommendation that you can trust, you bet that Pentair Water Solutions has it. So why not give them a call, 239-880-7799, and get your free digital Pentair water diagnosis now. And this month, you can save up to $600 on softeners and salt-free alternatives. Max is waiting. Give him a call now. Don't leave him waiting, okay? 239-880-7799, or book it online at pentair.com/FortM.
Hello, folks. This is Representative Bob Rommel with yet another interesting Florida fact. Our state has almost 3 million businesses, and almost 60% of our workers are employed by businesses with more than 100 employees. They are the target of Joe Biden's new vaccine mandate. He's using federal workforce safety rules to mandate vaccines or rigorous testing in all businesses of more than 100 employees. This is a dangerous power grab, and it isn't about vaccines anymore. What if the president mandated all employees use birth control, or blood thinners, or mandated a one-child policy like China? We can endure a pandemic, but we must never tolerate tyranny. Thankfully, Florida is still free. No income tax, no state-mandated vaccines. Let's win the next election and keep it that way. Paid by Bob Rommel, Republican for State Representative.
Whatever you're doing this weekend, stop your plans and enjoy 60% off on a large collection of diamonds, rings, bracelets, and necklaces.
Hi, Stuart Duncan here. You're invited this weekend to our 60% off sale. Come see us. Savings like no other.
Don't miss the savings at Duncan's Diamonds 60% off event.
Enormous selection. Magnificent diamonds.
This Friday and Saturday only. It's happening at Duncan's Diamonds.
An avalanche of glittering diamonds, engagement rings, wedding bands.
If it's in the showcase, it's a whopping 60% off. Now is the time to save at Duncan's Diamonds.
I want you to find the diamonds and jewelry you will love today and save 60%. And we will not be undersold by anyone, anytime, anywhere, and you can count on it.
Duncan's Diamonds. It's worth the drive for the best prices on diamonds and jewelry.
This weekend only, 60% off event.
In the Gulf Coast Town Center. See store for details.
Well, is the little pill working yet?
Men, these days could be a thing of the past. Hello, this is Dr. Lou Spangler at Neogenics. Recent advances in non-surgical treatment for erectile dysfunction, combining high-frequency shockwave therapy with the P-Shot, which utilizes platelet-rich plasma, can help restore your virility. These treatments help restore blood flow to the penis and rejuvenate penile tissues, resulting in longer, stronger, firmer, more satisfying erections. Both treatments are simple, in-office procedures, and there is no pain and no downtime. You can resume all normal activities immediately after treatment, including sexual activity. Men, you don't have to suffer anymore. If you have erectile dysfunction, or simply want to improve your sexual function, call Neogenics at 239-277-9999 for a free consultation. That's Neogenics at 277-9999. Again, 277-9999.
President Biden's focus later this hour, holding a virtual forum with other world leaders.
You know, I hope we're past debating climate change in this country. Now we have to act, and we have to act fast.
The president's plan to deal with climate change is included in a $3.5 trillion spending plan that Democrats want to fund, raising taxes on corporations and higher-income Americans.
I'm not out to punish anyone. I'm a capitalist.
But no Republicans support those tax hikes or all that spending. GOP Congressman Jim Jordan tells Fox.
The Democrats' economic plan is lock down the economy, spend like crazy, pay people not to work, give amnesty to people who broke the law, and then for everyone who didn't break the law, who has been working, they're going to raise your taxes.
A lawyer with ties to the Clinton campaign, indicted for his role in the FBI's probe into the Trump campaign. Fox's Evan Brown has more live.
Yeah, Dave, Michael Sussman, who himself is a former Department of Justice lawyer, will be in court today. He's been indicted of lying to the FBI during its investigation into possible ties between the Trump campaign and Russia. Special Prosecutor John Durham says that when Sussman presented the FBI with what he claimed was evidence of the former president's campaign colluding with Russia, he insisted he had no political ties when he was actually employed by a firm hired by Hillary Clinton's campaign. Dave?
An FDA panel will today consider the need for booster shots, a possible third COVID vaccine dose, as the unvaccinated keep being stricken. The past 2 days, there have been more than 6,000 COVID deaths. As police and the FBI search for Gabby Petito, a woman missing since her fiancé returned from a cross-country trip without her, police call Brian Laundrie a person of interest. He's at home with his parents in Florida, not cooperating. The Petito family attorney, Brian Stafford, pleading with them.
As a parent, how could you let us go through this pain and not help us?
That's Richard Stafford. America's listening to Fox News.
This is 92.5 WFSX Estero, Fox News, right all along. On the radio, on your smart speaker, and online at rightallalong.net.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. Golden Gate Parkway eastbound is still completely shut down because of a crash with injuries at 60th Street Southwest, just east of I-75. Traffic is being diverted in that area around that closure. You'll want to exit 75 sooner if you're heading southbound to that Golden Gate Parkway exit by taking Pine Ridge Road. You can head there to Livingston or Santa Barbara Boulevard south to get back toward Golden Gate Parkway. Also keeping an eye on a crash in Fort Myers at College Parkway and McGregor Boulevard, causing southbound delays and eastbound slowdowns coming off the Cape Coral Bridge toward College Parkway. A hit-and-run crash at Old Gladiolus Drive and Gladiolus Drive. Another crash in Buckingham at Coral Vine Lane and Spring Line Lane. And keeping an eye on a crash getting cleared up at Elderberry Lane and Summerlin Road. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Friday, Southwest Florida. Good to be heading into the weekend, but we will keep with a typical kind of rainy season weather pattern. A few showers remaining possible as we head into the rest of this morning, though some scattered thunderstorms will be the case as we head into this afternoon, featuring some heavy rain and some lightning. Temperatures today for several areas only set to top off in the upper 80s thanks to a mostly cloudy sky. Look for high near 89 degrees. As we look ahead into the upcoming weekend, Saturday and Sunday, same weather pattern continues on. A few showers possible in the morning close to the coast. Scattered thunderstorms for the afternoon with temperatures back into the lower 90s for highs, a high of 91 on Saturday and 92 for your Sunday. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Bugged by the left? Log on to rightallalong.net, the place to find 92.5 Fox News online.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. If you need new windows or doors for your home, heads up. This message is for you. New South is having a one-day factory sale this Saturday only in our factory showroom. 40% off high-performance award-winning windows, 40% off energy-efficient windows and patio doors, 40% off our factory direct products installed. Bring in your measurements for on-the-spot pricing or call today. One day only, this Saturday from 9 till 4. New South windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, and we guarantee them for life. Please visit us at newsouthwindow.com.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. We all count on our home's electrical outlets to provide us the power we need when we need it. But sometimes an overloaded circuit can lead to a blown outlet. So leave it to the pros at Mr. Sparky. We'll get it done right and get it done safely. Call now for $70 off any electrical repair.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888.
Limitations and restrictions may apply. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in the respective state or county.
Southwest Florida homeowners. Home values are up and interest rates are down, which means now is a great time for a mortgage checkup. This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse. Many of you listening might have purchased or refinanced your home within the past year, so your mortgage could be the last thing on your mind. However, the real estate market has changed quite a bit in 2021, which means your home has likely increased in value. More equity in your home means there has never been a better time to get cash out for home improvements. You could also qualify for a lower mortgage rate with our no closing cost refinance loan, and for some, more equity in your home means you can eliminate mortgage insurance. Mortgage Warehouse is Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader. No points, no hidden fees, no closing cost, period. Give us a quick call today at 313-5000. That's 313-5000, mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
Why would someone take a chance on purchasing a frameless shower door from a big box store or an online discounter of an obscure brand, and then try and find a licensed, qualified installer to put it in, when you can deal directly with a local, family-owned business that consults, measures, manufactures, and installs their own award-winning brand of shower doors? My Shower Door is a family-owned and operated business and has the highest ratings on Angie's List and Home Advisor. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdoor.com.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's, and we appreciate you watching the program, subscribing to the podcast as well to listen at your convenience. A lot of headlines we got to get to. I want to blow through and try to get as much in as possible before the bottom of the hour when Mike Opelka will join us, pureopelka.com. A lot to talk about, including the Gabby Petito situation and other stories that we're going to get to in just a second. So one of the things I wanted to mention is the fact that it really appears as if the left is starting to lose some of its cultural icons, that there are some people that are starting to realize that maybe everything isn't all that it seems to be, that maybe when it starts coming after you, after your money, your pocketbook, after you and your livelihood, that all of a sudden that maybe you start to recognize that things aren't right. What am I talking about? Did you hear about this yesterday? Bill Maher was on with Jimmy Kimmel, an uncomfortable moment for Jimmy Kimmel, as the two of them are sitting together and they're having a conversation about what's going on with his new tour. Bill Maher is going to be out on tour, and he's asking how it's going, and he wanted to mention some of the places that he wants to go to. But again, listen to the messaging. Think about the messaging in the past from Vice President Kamala Harris. By the way, where is she? Is she around? How's she doing? Is she still working? Or Joe Biden is president of the United States. Anybody that was anti-vax, anti-Trump, all the years of anti-Trump and all of these different things that were going on and the narrative that was out there, until all of a sudden it comes to your front door. And especially when it comes to vaccines, vaccinations, and being able to have a livelihood. You know, the thing that Joe Biden's trying to take away from a whole lot of people with these vaccine mandates, and even more to come. So as they're talking about Bill Maher's tour and mentioning some of the dates and the places that he's going to be, he says this.
Now, the reason why this is relevant, I have to cite a survey that was in the New York Times, which is a liberal paper, so they weren't looking for this answer. But they were talking about this. The question was, what do you think the chances are that you would have to go to the hospital if you got COVID? Mm-hmm. And Democrats thought that was way higher than Republicans. 41% of Democrats, and the answer is between 1% and 5%.
Okay.
41% of Democrats thought it was over 50%. Another 28% thought it was 20 to 49%. So 70% of Democrats thought it was way, way, way higher than it really was. Liberal media has to take a little responsibility for that, for scaring the out of people. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because it's much harder for every touring act to sell tickets in blue states.
Oh, interesting.
They're afraid to go out of the house.
I see.
Whereas in red states, it's all good to go.
It's all good to go. Whoa, hold on. Do you hear how silent the audience is? Do you hear how uncomfortable Jimmy Kimmel is hearing that conversation? Do you hear when you're presented with the facts and you say, well, why do Democrats think all of these things? Because the media has done this. Because this administration and those that we're told are the ones in authority and know much better than you. Sit back, you unvaccinated, unwashed, or vaccinated, unwashed. There's a lot of people. I mean, I'm not looking at Jake when I look at unwashed. That's not, don't.
I clean myself very often.
But the idea that, why do they think all of this? And now it's come to Bill Maher's front door. He can't go to blue states where people might actually want to hear him speak because it's a blue state, right? Democrats, and he can't get anybody to go because, or the issues of the ticket sales. And now he cares because it's at his front door. It's the administration that you pushed for that's doing this. Nicki Minaj, the whole Nicki Minaj thing about Nicki's cousin in Trinidad, who has a cousin who's a friend of a friend who heard her from a friend or something like that, where they had the issue of the medical problems in his certain area because of the shot there. I'm sorry, I don't. But, what's the medical term? His groin area there. They had a problem with some swelling there. And from the shot, the claim is, and it's a misinformation. But nobody bothers to go to Trinidad to find the person to find out if that's the case. And even Fauci weighed in on it. He's like, I've never heard anything like that in these issues. And it's really not about that. Because even Nicki Minaj, I guess yesterday on her Instagram account, said this.
You can't speak for the fear of the mob attacking you. If that doesn't give you chills up and down your spine, this is scary. You should be able to ask questions about anything you're putting inside your body.
Even Nicki Minaj is like, well, why am I being attacked? She's being attacked because she's asking questions. She doesn't want to get vaccinated because she's finding out about all of these things that she's concerned about, and she's looking for answers, and people are bashing her and mocking her, and she can't ask questions. And then she says,
do y'all realize that I remember going to China and they were telling us, you cannot speak out against, the people in power there, etc. And I remember all of us thinking, oh, okay, well, we understand and we respect the laws here and that it's so different where we live. But don't y'all see what's happening? Don't y'all see that we are living now in that time where people will turn their back on you, not agreeing, but people will isolate you if you simply speak and ask a question.
She wrong? You're wondering how the culture changes. When you start eating your own, you start to think of, you just sit back and watch the destruction and it'll take care of itself. It's not the way it should be. But at the same time, these things are real and they're happening. And when they start happening to the left, then all of a sudden it means something. When it's happening to you as a Trump supporter, as a conservative, as, a conservative Christian, or, but when it happens to them, they start to see the lies. They start to see all of this. They start to see, for example, what's this clip here? Hold on.
In our
yeah. Oh, about Nicki Minaj. Jen Psaki was asked about Nicki Minaj, and the information she's putting out there on Twitter and her Instagram, and then gets taken down, and then put back up again, and then the White House wanted to reach out. None of the White House wasn't going to reach out, and it's like, what's going on here? She's got legitimate questions that she's asking, and when asked by the press corps about it yesterday, she says,
in our outreach to celebrities, it follows a pretty standard process.
Tell us.
Officials who are working on these issues and engage in regular conversations, offer to answer questions, offer to do that privately sometimes. Sometimes it's done publicly.
Really? Privately? Yeah. We bring them in privately. And what do you say to them privately? What do you say to Hollywood stars privately that you'd like to have them to the White House? Hey, we'd love you to come over here. Can we talk to you for a minute? What do you think they say to them behind closed doors? Think you know the answer to that? Of course you know the answer to that. Hey, you're straying. You're getting away from the narrative here. Come back. Don't do this to us. Remember, we're the ones that care so much about you until, of course, we're at your front door as well. Then, this narrative that's been put out there that somehow we're supposed to believe that along the southern border, everything is fine. Don't you worry about the 317% increase along the border. And this crush along the border, not to mention when people are crossing illegally, whether or not they're getting vaccinated. Hey, how are they doing? When you have the DHS Secretary Mayorkas, who was saying what the other day about the border?
We are addressing, of course, the annual phenomenon of irregular migration and the significant challenge at our southern border.
Annual phenomenon? Are you kidding me?
It happens every single solitary year. There is a significant increase in the number of people coming to the border in the winter months.
No. That's not what's going on now, and they know it. Here's Ted Cruz.
I'm here in Del Rio, Texas, September 16th. I'm underneath the bridge. Behind me, 10,503 people. This is a crisis.
10,503 illegal aliens under the Del Rio International Bridge, waiting to get into the country. 10,000 people under a bridge. And we're told it's nothing. There's nothing to see here. Tucker Carlson was talking about it last night and saying, why is it that the Fox News drones that were flying over, showing the 10,000 people under a bridge trying to get into the country? By the way, from what I'm told and what the reporting has been, a lot of them, most of them from Haiti, that they're going to crush the border now, 10,000. And what's the process? Well, it's a humanitarian crisis. Well, hold on a second. Who's made this crisis? This is a man-made disaster. This was made by him. But there's nothing to see here. Everything is fine. Move along. Your news story is off base. You can't do this because we're telling you that this is just the normal process. 317% increase. We're going to have almost 2 million illegals cross the border this year. 2 million people, of which we don't know their backgrounds, of which we don't know their medical histories, of which I don't think they're going to be running off to get vaccinated anytime soon. I know, that's not compassionate. You know, another thing that's not compassionate, something I brought up yesterday, and when I said it, I wanted to make sure that I was clear when I was speaking this yesterday, because it would be absolutely awful to think that the Biden administration, who has purchased Regeneron monoclonal antibodies, they have in their possession, and they're the ones that are going to be distributing Regeneron to the states. Life-saving therapies. It would be awful to think that for some reason, if the state of, I don't know, Florida was asking for a certain amount of monoclonal antibodies from the state to save lives, that they would be given half. It would be awful to think that half of that would come their way due to politics, right? That was asked of Jen Psaki yesterday.
He promised on September 9th that he was going to send 50% more supply of monoclonal antibodies to states. Yet, the Biden administration is cutting supplies in red states by 50%. So, for example, in Florida, they were expecting to get 70,000 doses this week, which they say they need. They're only getting 30,000 doses. And this is not just for unvaccinated people. In South Florida, half the people who are seeking this treatment are fully vaccinated. So,
fully vaccinated. They need the treatment. We've asked for 70. We're only getting 30. Why is that happening? It can't be politics, because there's no way, you and I know, there's no way that politics are involved in the saving of lives when it comes to COVID. Right? Right?
why is the Biden administration cutting these supplies?
That's not accurate. So let me give you the accurate information.
I can't wait.
First of all, we are increasing our distribution this month by 50%. In early August, we were distributing an average of 100,000 doses per week. Now we're shipping an average of 150,000 doses per week. Over the last month, though, and one thing that I think people need to understand for clarity.
Okay, we need the clarity. Go ahead. I'm sure Jen Psaki is going to give us the clarity. I can't wait to hear it. Go ahead.
I know you're like facts.
Yeah.
Is that monoclonal antibodies are life-saving therapies that are used after infection to prevent more severe outcomes. So clearly the way to protect people and save more lives is to get them vaccinated so that they don't get the COVID to begin with.
So they what?
Get the COVID to begin with.
Oh, you mean if you get vaccinated, you won't get COVID to begin with? Oh, I'm so glad that Jen Psaki just gave us the facts. I had no idea. You know, it's weird, Jake. I thought that if you are vaccinated, you can still get the vid. But apparently, according to Jen Psaki, who is the arbiter of all things that is the truth, that you won't get it by getting vaccinated. Did you know that?
You know, it's the first time I've ever heard.
Might want to tell the couple of people that I talked to yesterday that got the vid while vaccinated. Yeah, that happened. All right, let her go. What else?
But over the last month, given the rise in cases due to the Delta variant and the lower number of vaccination rates in some of these states, like Florida, like Texas, just seven states.
Whoa. The lower vaccination rates, like in places like Texas and Florida. You see where they're going? Florida's vaccination rate is above the national average. What are you talking about? Why are you saying that? Anybody who wants to get it can get it. And they should. This is the kind of information that's out there. But why? I don't know why there's all this hesitancy out there. I don't know why I can't sell tickets to my next Bill Maher show in blue states. I have no idea why. All right, so we get to the point now, which is this. Listen to this.
70%.
Okay, hold on. Here, it's right here. Listen to this.
Reports of a lack of supply. So why cut them to those states only if there's no reports
I think our role as the government overseeing the entire country is to be equitable in how we distribute.
All right, there you go. So it's equitable, it's equity, diversity, equity, and inclusion. I don't know. Let's throw in social justice in there as well, CRT. I don't know. Any other things you want to throw in there as well? Again, there's plenty to go around. It's not like there's an issue getting Regeneron. It's not a supply issue. So why wouldn't you just send the 70,000 that the states need, that the state of Florida asked for, and get it to the other states? There's no supply issue. So how do we have leadership step up? Well, that's where Ron DeSantis comes in with leadership to say yesterday, yeah, we're not going to wait for the federal government, okay?
What I am doing, though, is we're going to try to cover the bases. I had a call yesterday with GlaxoSmithKline executives about their new monoclonal antibody. How do you pronounce it? Sotrovimab, yeah. I always mess that up. So Sotrovimab was given EUA, I believe, in May. So the Eli Lilly one, which is kind of now coming back, but the Regeneron, that was at the end of 2020. Sotrovimab was EUA in May.
All right, so they've got one that's EUA in May, emergency use authorized in May, and so they're going to go to GlaxoSmithKline.
Now, they do not have a direct purchase agreement with the federal government. Federal government's bought all the Regeneron. They just upped it for another shipment. Honestly, that should have been done many months ago. But we are not able to buy it directly from Regeneron, given that we do think we can potentially order some Sotrovimab. And we will do that if we can. It has been, the clinical data is great on it, and so we would be able to potentially use that to meet any of the shortfalls.
I want you to follow this, Democrats. I want you to tell me, and if you want to tell me I'm wrong, you certainly can call 239-479-5592, but I want you to follow this. President of the United States and this administration takes control of Regeneron. They have purchased Regeneron, and now they're the ones that are going to be the arbiter of who gets it and who doesn't. The state needs 70,000 to save lives. The state needs 70,000 to save lives. The state needs 70,000 in the state of Florida to make sure people don't end up in hospital, to save lives, to help with the burden that is upon hospitals. And you've decided to cut it to by 50% to 30,000 because you say that everybody else needs to get some, but there's no shortage in Regeneron. And the governor steps up and says, it's okay. We'll go to somebody who's not selling to you, because then we know we can get our hands on it so we can save lives. Seems like a problem here. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm missing something. But again, you go back to Bill Maher, blue states, all this misinformation out there. You're messing things up, liberal media. You're messing it up, local, state, and national media. You're messing it up. You rip and read AP articles. You just go and run with whatever there is and put something out because that's what you do instead of actually doing the tough work, which is getting the facts and putting it out there for people so they can make their own decision based on facts. When you have Nicki Minaj who's like, I can't even say anything. I got 22 million Twitter followers. I'm a cultural icon, and I can't even talk about myself and my body and what I think I'm going to do because I'm hearing other things and looking at other things. And no, you're not allowed to say that. Why don't you come behind closed doors, Jen Psaki says, and we can talk to you about what you need to be saying. That's a sick state of affairs. And you all know it. I'm talking to the Democrats, not you. I'm talking to the others. I know, and people hate when I'm a Democrat and I don't think this way. I'm a Democrat and I don't agree with the things that are okay, well, change your party. Or get away. Or get out. 239-479-5592. It's Daybreak 92.5. Fox News right all along.
Whether you're commuting to the office or driving to the beach, always stay to the right with 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Pandemic, market drops, elections. Don't let the noise and fear distract you. Where do you go for clarity in uncertain times? I'm Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's financial planner. For experience, advice on planning for retirement, visit savingtheinvestor.com.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. We're on the phone with our good friend TJ Meister, owner of the Floor Meisters in Naples. And listen, TJ, we know that when you're calling, something big is going on, something special is happening at Floor Meisters. Tell us a little bit about what's going on with the almost 1 million square feet of CoreTech inventory on hand. Talk about that.
Yes, I have the biggest selection in Southwest Florida, and I also probably have the biggest stock of CoreTech got almost 1 million square feet. I'm ordering it every day to keep up with demand and to make sure it's here, ready to go when you need it. I've got trucks rolling in every day. I'm buying for 3 to 4 to 5 months out to make sure you've got it. If you got a contractor who needs some floor and they can't get it, come see me. We probably have it here.
So when it comes to CoreTech, listen, you know where to go. The selection's unbelievable at Floormeisters. And if you're a homeowner, contractor, installer, and you can't find what you're looking for, now's the time to visit their store at 6281 Naples Boulevard next to Costco or online at floormeisters.com.
You've got 96 hours. It's the 96-hour used car elimination event at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral. Pre-owned Hondas, Toyotas, Nissans, Fords, trucks, crossovers. Over 500 used vehicles must be sold Thursday through Sunday. Payments start at $99 a month. Prices start at $39.88. Plus, every credit application will be approved during this event. There will never be a better time to save, and inventory is selling fast. Hurry and buy the quality pre-owned vehicle you want for as low as $99 a month. Prices as low as $39.98. Over 500 vehicles. All credit applications approved. Time is ticking away. Your 96 hours of huge savings ends Sunday. Rush to Florida's #1 Nissan dealers, Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car megastore. Online at flnissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much. See dealer for details.
By now, you've heard all of our ads. America's largest injury law firm. But what does that really mean for our clients, for you? It means that when you hire us, you don't just get a lawyer, you get a legal army, almost 800 lawyers alone. Your case is a big deal to us. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
License number CCC 1333045.
Did your roof weather the storm? Don't let leaks linger. Count on Crown Residential Services for all your roofing needs. Water damage can quickly become a big problem, but the Crown team is just a click away at crownroofing.com. Repairs, replacement, free estimates, and the Crown Guard maintenance program, so you can be prepared and stay prepared. Count on Crown for rapid, affordable, quality roofing solutions. Go to crownroofing.com. That's crownroofing.com.
Looking for a reputable HVAC service provider? 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating of Naples provides a high level of service and value to our clients. To learn more, visit onehourairnaples.com or call 855-1-HOUR.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
All right, Mike Opelka, Pure Opelka coming up. We'll talk about the Gabby Petito story. We'll get into that. We'll get into some other stories as well, certainly talking about the latest with the issue of John Durham and what we know now about this indictment and the attorney who represented Hillary Clinton's failed 2016 presidential campaign, that indictment, and so many other things coming up, plus your phone calls, 239-479-5592. It's Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
This is Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
What makes Genesis of Naples the #1 selling Genesis dealer in the nation? It's our incredible selection and professional sales staff. Hi, I'm Sheila Zellers, owner of Genesis of Naples. When I drive my beautiful new 2021 Genesis GV80 around town, the first thing everyone says to me is, "What is that beautiful SUV?" I tell them it's the all-new first ever SUV from Genesis. Then they usually ask, "How much does it cost?" I know it's hard to believe, but it starts at just $49,500 and a fully equipped Prestige for just over $70,000. It has an amazing interior and breathtaking design and your choice of turbo engines in rear and all-wheel drive, but that's not all. We have a huge selection of the all-new 2021 Genesis G80s and G90s. Come visit Genesis of Naples on Airport Road or genesisofnaples.com. I love my GV80 and you'll love it too.
All offers with approved credit on select models. Based on January 2021 retail sales. 72 months at $0 per month for 1,000 finance. No down payment required.
Hey, it's Drew Steele talking about my friends at Amco of Bonita Springs, 992-2626. That's 992-2626. Whatever is going on with your vehicle, they will fix it and fix it right. They are a great conservative business. And I can tell you they have a great local reputation for doing good work. And they also have an awesome customer base. It's been established over the past 13 years. So give them a call at 239-992-2626 so you can arrange to meet with them. Let them know you heard about it right here on 92.5 Fox News and Drew Steele. By the way, talk about great conservatives. They've built the American Spirit Movement, a place where conservative consumers and businesses can connect in 5 critical areas. You know, you've got your vote, but you also have your wallet, the cash register, supporting conservative businesses. So go to the American Spirit Marketplace. You can keep conservative dollars in conservative pockets. Block by block, city by city, states by state. We're going to build this up. Go to the American Spirit Movement website at americanspiritmovement.com. It's more than a conservative movement. It's a conservative awakening.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. Golden Gate Parkway eastbound is still completely shut down because of a crash with injuries at 60th Street Southwest, just east of I-75. Traffic is being diverted in that area around that closure. You'll want to exit 75 sooner if you're heading southbound to that Golden Gate Parkway exit by taking Pine Ridge Road. You can head there to Livingston or Santa Barbara Boulevard south to get back toward Golden Gate Parkway. Also keeping an eye on a crash in Fort Myers at College Parkway and McGregor Boulevard, causing southbound delays and eastbound slowdowns coming off the Cape Coral Bridge toward College Parkway. A hit-and-run crash at Old Gladiolus Drive and Gladiolus Drive. Another crash in Buckingham at Coral Vine Lane and Spring Line Lane. And keeping an eye on a crash getting cleared up at Elderberry Lane and Summerlin Road. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Friday, Southwest Florida. Good to be heading into the weekend, but we will keep with a typical kind of rainy season weather pattern. A few showers remaining possible as we head into the rest of this morning, though some scattered thunderstorms will be the case as we head into this afternoon, featuring some heavy rain and some lightning. Temperatures today for several areas only set to top off in the upper 80s thanks to a mostly cloudy sky. Look for high near 89 degrees. As we look ahead into the upcoming weekend, Saturday and Sunday, same weather pattern continues on. A few showers possible in the morning close to the coast. Scattered thunderstorms for the afternoon with temperatures back into the lower 90s for highs, a high of 91 on Saturday and 92 for your Sunday. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
There's a reason they call tasteless, stale food leftovers. Feed your brain the right way. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Hi, I'm Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes. You've heard me say we're the working and retired person's country club. This means coming in for a meal, a drink, or with a party, and we will obtain your complete satisfaction with our food, service, and value. We strive for excellence with your service experience and our food. So on the rare occasion we fall short, tell us and we'll fix it. Plus, at Stevie Tomatoes, there are no pretenses, no attitudes, high prices, or rushing you in or out. Come relax, enjoy yourself, and be yourself. At Stevie's, we love meeting the men and women who currently and in the past work hard to make America great. We appreciate their values, honesty, industriousness, and affection for this great country. So head to Stevie's, where we strive for excellence in everything we do. I guarantee it. In Naples, Fort Myers, and Cape Coral. Come, come, come.
Stevie Tomatoes, sports page. Come for the food. Stay for the sports.
I'm Harvey Massey. Think about this for a moment. Pest control involves applying pesticides inside your home, whether needed or not. At Massey Services, we just don't do that. We prevent pests from getting inside your home so we won't have to control them later. Why settle for pest control when you can trust Massey's pest prevention? It's guaranteed or your money back. Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
Getting older has its advantages. Early bird dinners, senior discounts, day drinking. If you're one of the millions turning 65 soon, it might be time to take a look at your insurance options. Original Medicare, Medicare Advantage, so much to keep in mind. At Millennium Physician Group, half our patients are 65 plus. No matter what insurance benefits you choose, make sure your Millennium primary care doctor is part of your plan and your connection to a healthier life. Millennium Physician Group. Connect today. 844-CALL-MPG, millenniumphysician.com.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it. Guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at gooddealsappliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
For eligible individuals 18 or older only. Not available in Oregon or West Virginia. Results vary. See website for details and important safety information.
How are your hearing aids sounding now?
A little tinny.
Okay, 2 seconds.
With hearing aids from Lively, everything is done remotely in the comfort of your home, from initial testing to adjustments.
How are they sounding now?
Fantastic. So much better. With Lively, you get premium Bluetooth-enabled hearing aids at thousands less than you'd might expect. The best hearing aid technology is now affordable and convenient. Your hearing aids are sent right to your door. And if you have any issues, we'll make adjustments 7 days a week. No charge. Ah, you people at Lively are wonderful. With Lively hearing aids, you get free shipping, 3 years of follow-up care included free, plus a 3-year warranty with loss and damage coverage. You can't lose. I hear better than I ever thought possible. Now get $100 off your hearing aids when you go to listenlively.com/radio. That's listenlively.com/radio. listenlively.com/radio.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the Drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
All right, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching and subscribing to the podcast. Just type in Drew Steele at any of your favorite podcast locations. Hey, before we get to Mike Opelka, pureopelka.com, actually, we'll bring him in now, but before I get to some of the things that I want to talk to him about, there are a couple of concerns I want to hit right out of the gate, because it's Friday and I need his opinion on this, because he is my source of knowledge, my source of sanity, my source of...
You are so screwed.
I know. I don't know if there's any more I can say. That's
no.
Yeah. Okay, so
you're in trouble.
All right, before we get to some of the things that we talked about that we were going to talk about off the air, on the air, I wanted to mention these two things, and I need your personal thoughts. Why are we not talking more about the man-made hybrid to be made using an Asian elephant, the mammoth hybrid? Why are we not talking about the mammoth hybrid?
Why would we worry about the recreation of a prehistoric creature bigger than anything we've known before? That, it's kind of like turning Jurassic Park into a documentary.
Why are we doing this? Why are we doing it? What is going on? Like, why are we not talking? Like, no, this is a bad thing.
Yeah, it's a dumb thing.
Okay.
But, as long, I say, if you allow these people, you build them an island just like Jurassic Park, and you put the lab in a hole that's 100 feet deep, and nobody can get out, sheer glass.
Yeah.
We'll feed you. We'll send you food. We're not letting you out, but we just don't want any mammoths, woolly mammoths or otherwise, climbing around or bouncing around. It's just not good ideas.
Yeah. Why are we, and that goes back to even history. Like, why are we testing the bounds of the things that we, not only the things that we shouldn't be touching, like, we can't have nice things. We just can't, because somebody comes along and ruins it. That's the first part, right?
And then that's usually called Congress, too, by
yeah.
the way.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. I got this. All right. There you go.
Thank you, everybody.
And then the second part of that might be it even brings to the forefront something I was talking about last weekend with somebody because they brought this up to me about how we just feel like we always have to do these social experiments. Like we have to convince the world that somehow communism will work if only America does it right, or that socialism is a good thing if we experiment. Like the Universal 25 study that was done in the 60s and 70s. Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
Right. And
when you,
go ahead.
I was going to say, when you go back and like today's the 10-year anniversary of Occupy Wall Street. When you go back and you look at that and you look at Francis Fox Piven and Cloward and Piven and their experiments, which were tied to that same situation,
right,
you see that this has been fomenting in the universities for 60 years.
Yeah. And for those that don't know the Universal 25, look it up. It basically I forgot the researcher's name, James, I don't really know what it is, but anyway, a researcher took a bunch of mice and said, let's make the perfect world. Let's make it so that they are provided with everything that they need. You give them food, you give them water, you give them nesting, you take away predators. It's the perfect utopia for mice. And let's see what happens. And ultimately, what you found out is, to kind of rough it all together, there wasn't a whole lot to do, but kind of get with the opposite sex, if you will. And then those that didn't were in solitary. And then the women that didn't were just preening and sitting by themselves. And then it got really angry. And then they started eating their young. And then some of the A, if you will, mice, the A personality mice, started attacking the other mice that weren't doing anything about it because they had basically they didn't care about life in general. And they just cannibalized each other. And then that's off they go. And that's it. That was the result of the perfect utopia. Sound familiar?
Well, yeah, it sounds like college. But I just want to know how much these people were paid to do this. That's the reality I always go to. And you know, we have a natural competitive nature among all animals.
Yeah.
And you can't engineer that socially to go away. There will be people who are leaders. There will be people who are followers in every society, in every situation, in every species.
Yeah.
And to try and change that is to try and deny nature and science. And that's the thing these people, these offendinistas and these entitleistas are always crowing about. Well, science and nature, science. No, you're not paying attention to science. And I always say, have we solved all the other problems? Have we fixed everything else? Then you can go play with the mice.
Right.
But let's fix everything else first.
Yeah, the good call. All right, I wanted to get to this with you, Mike Opelka, because from what I understand, you're following this story, the Gabby Petito story. Obviously, you probably saw the video, the body cam from Moab, a local connection here in Northport, not too far from where we are in the studios in Fort Myers. And a lot of people here, of course, nationally talking about this story as well. Let me get your thoughts on what you've heard, the latest.
Oh, well, two things. Yeah, I did watch the Moab body cam that showed the cops responding to the call that these two people were arguing.
Yeah.
And I thought the cops handled it pretty darn well. And they were talking, you know, we always hear from these people who say we have to defund the police and put in social workers. These cops handled it better than any social worker, and they had sidearms in case things got nutty.
Right.
But I thought the officers were saying, listen, you guys are in a bad way. You're going to go to a hotel. You're going to stay in the van. And I also question, why did she stay in the van and he get to go to the hotel? I would have mandated it to go the other way. But the reality is these people went on a 4-month sojourn, kind of a bounce around the country to go to these national parks. And then suddenly, after things get tense, he shows up back at home and won't tell anybody anything about how the trip ended. And I'm sorry, I've watched enough First 48 to know there's something wrong here.
Yeah.
And just the fact that this guy won't come out and be interviewed by the cops is fascinating to me. His attorney said, well, you know, because a lot of people are saying, well, if you're not involved, why aren't you out looking for her? What, she was your fiance. Why aren't you helping to find her? And his attorney came up with a brilliant answer. He said, well, Scott Peterson did that, and we know about him. And I thought, wow. So he's hired some pretty intense attorneys, but I'm so suspicious. I'm so terrified of what we're going to find. It's a terrible situation that's going to feed Nancy Grace's bank account for the next 6 months.
Yeah.
Because that's all we're going to hear. What happened to Miss Potato in the park? So Nancy Grace is going to get rich on this. And here's my ultimate gripe. And forgive me for tinkling on this story because I know a lot of people want to talk about it. We had 9 children shot in Chicago last week. We've had more kids in Chicago shot than died of COVID in Chicago this year. Why are we talking about this? Yeah, it's an interesting story, but I'm watching Fox News and they are spending copious amounts of on-air time talking about this and the South Carolina law story. As far as I'm concerned, this belongs on the legal channels, wherever Court Cam is or wherever Live PD used to be. It's a tragedy. It's awful. But I'm sorry, we got bigger fish to fry.
And that's what I'm worried about in this story is that, yes, I agree with you. Obviously, we have the local connection, so I know local media is on this and people have been talking about it here in the community, and I get that part of it. But make no mistake about what's happening nationally. When you see the New York Post, it's their headline. When you see other CNN and others, when you see, like you said, Fox News and others that are spending what seems an inordinate amount of time on this story, it's almost as if they have the desire to take some other things off the headlines. Some places may very well want that. And that's what I'm worried about is, yeah, this is a horrible story, but it doesn't demand all the time it's getting. It just seems like for some, a too convenient place to go and run to get other things off the headlines.
Yeah, it's very easily a distraction. And I'm sure the Biden White House is saying, hey, have you guys found that girl in Utah? What's the story on the South Carolina family?
Right.
And, both those stories fascinating, tabloid-esque, but they're really taken away from the really important issues of the day, especially here on Constitution Day. And I just want to remind people, I read the Constitution for the articles, probably like you. But Article 4, Section 4, probably the most vital piece of the Constitution today, very briefly. Article 4, Section 4 talks about one of the most important things in our life, and that is the obligation of the government to protect the nation. And I encourage you to open up your Constitution. It doesn't take that long to read it.
Right.
I have lots of favors. The Congress, whenever 2/3 of both houses shall deem it necessary. Oh, that's the 5th article. The United States shall guarantee to every state in this union a Republican form of government and shall protect each of them against invasion.
Yep.
What's going on? You guys have seen a rise in gang activity in Florida because of the southern border in Texas.
Yes. Yeah.
And you saw Ted Cruz yesterday on the border, and you saw what I'm sure you talked about what the FAA did yesterday.
Yeah, and how could they possibly do that? The idea that we're not allowed to have drones to fly over to see 10,000 plus people that are coming from all over the globe and making their way underneath the Bridge Del Rio, the pass there, and what happens next, and what do you think is going to happen next, and how it's an absolute outrage to suggest that the DHS secretary and the president are like, oh, no, this is seasonal. No, this happens all the time. A 370% increase? It happens all the time, where we'll be in the multiple millions of people that will be crossing this year alone.
But Joe Biden told you he was going to do it. You go back and find the audio. Joe Biden said we can handle 2 million. And now that's the number that we're approaching this year. And the fact that they want to mandate vaccinations on you, but we don't know who's coming in and we don't know if they're vaccinated. None of that stuff is it's a dereliction of duty along the lines of what General Milley did now during the Trump administration that we learned about this week. So much going on. There's so much here.
I know. There's a lot of other things that I wanted to ask you about. Even like the rally at the Capitol, that really, it just feels like a setup. It just I haven't heard one single person talk about this J6 rally at all. I mean, and I don't understand. Well, go ahead. What?
A couple of things
Yeah,
going
okay,
on.
go.
Donald Trump said it's a setup too, so be careful. The organizers have said don't wear any pro-Trump gear because they don't want this to be turned into a campaign event, which it will be for Democrats. Fort Pelosi is back. They've
Right.
got the fencing back up.
Yeah.
But here's the reality. Homeland Security and the Capitol Police have said, based on their estimates, do you know how big of a crowd they're expecting?
No.
Between 700 and 1,000 people.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
No. That was the estimate that came out late yesterday because people are like, well, what are you preparing for? Based on our estimates, 700 to 1,000 people. Now, it may be a lot more than that. Who knows? But why all this hype?
Right, and that's because it's exactly what it is, and that was my concern even earlier with the story about the issue of General Milley and that part of it. And when you look at General Milley and you see what people have called this coup and treason and the phone call to China and obviously it was focused around not only October in 2020, early before the election, but after on January 8th. These phone calls and what General Milley was talking about along with Nancy Pelosi, that it feels like it could be a couple of different things, but one of the things it could have been is to try to draw and call attention again to January 6th, because these committees, the commission's still happening in Washington, D.C., and they still want to make it seem like there's a danger out there because it's not a political thing. It's not like Trump right now has even announced anything about 24, and we're only a couple of months into 21. This would be something you would drop if you were concerned about Trump in 24. So that's not it. And even Julie Kelly, the great Julie Kelly, was talking about with the January 6th issue, you got 3 Oath Keepers detained. They've been in jail for months. They're not charged with any violent crime. We're still going down this road. The trial gets moved from January to April. Why? Because the Department of Justice can't fulfill their discovery. In other words, they can't even give information, and even their Brady obligations, even exculpatory evidence, they can't do anything like that. As if this is brand new to them. They don't have a case. And the judge agreed. They're not going to release them. It's an outrage.
It is an outrage that every American should be standing up and going, what's going on here? And we all, those of us with clear brains and clear hearts, want anyone who attacked anyone physically, violently that day to be prosecuted to the fullest extent. But I also want to know why the hell the officers marched the vested fur hat wearing guy into the Senate and didn't just immediately arrest him. They marched him in, allowed him to waltz in.
Yeah.
Why was that? Why is no one asking that question?
Yep.
Big deal.
Absolutely. All right. We end it with this. I will give you the last thing I'd like to end it with. Your Roomba is dangerous. I'm telling you. Now it is confirmed. Anybody who has do you have a Roomba?
No.
Okay. Listen, if you got a Roomba, I'm worried because now it has advanced cameras on it. What they're saying is it avoids pet poop. It's made because now the Roomba will see the poop and go around the poop. That's look at Jake. Jake is like, that's not what it is.
No, I don't.
Nope. Your Roomba's got cameras on it. I'm telling you, that was it. That was the last thing that I had in the house, and I thought, all right, this is safe. Now they got cameras now they got cameras looking for poop in Roombas.
Where is Roomba made?
Don't say it's made in China. Don't say it's made.
I'm just asking. Where is your Roomba made? Check it out.
I don't know.
We need to know. Just like I will tell every parent, get the hell off of TikTok.
Yeah.
TikTok is a gateway to your information that China can just walk in. Yeah. And they say it when you sign up. They just tell you, we're going to outsource. Do you have a remote you can talk to and say, turn on this, whatever?
Yeah. I mean, well,
okay.
I've taken everything out of my house, but I used to, yeah.
Those remotes now, when you sign up, when you initially use the first time you use it, it says, by the way, we're going to be sending all of your voice data out of the country.
It does?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. When you sign the permissions have gotten so bizarre. We're going to have to join the Lead Pencil Society. We're going to have to become Luddites at this point.
But
you know everything's. I'm going to check Roomba because now you got me worried that Roomba is spying on me. I don't have one.
Can I tell you something? You're really good at this. You should come on more often. You are really a wealth of information, and you've done a fine job today.
Wow, do I get a cookie or something?
I'm going to send you a Roomba.
No, I will shoot it. I will take out my pistol.
No shooting Roombas. All right, we got to go. All right. See you later.
Celebrate the Constitution and celebrate the fact that idiocy that happened 10 years ago called Occupy Wall Street never caught on.
You bet. All right, we'll see you soon. Mike Opelka joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
Joe Biden's plan for America? Recycled leftovers. Time for some right thinking. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Manufactured in the USA, Plantation Shutters for You is your best choice for plantation shutters. Custom measured and installed just for you. Built to last forever. Call today for a free consultation. Discounts for all military and first responders. Also, if you support Biden, don't bleeding call us. PlantationShuttersForYou.com.
Hey, this is Papa with Casey, Carrie, and Cody. And as most of you know, when Irma hit in September of 2017, thousands of people tried unsuccessfully to call a roofing company. But all the roofers were so overwhelmed they could not handle or even answer those calls. Now here we are, 4 years later, and many of those same people are still waiting to have their roofs repaired. So, we are implementing our proactive list. If you want to be on our list, call me for our free total inspection. Once we inspect your roof, you will be on the proactive list. If or when the next storm hits, you will have no need to call any roofer because we will be calling you automatically to see if you need help. We can offer emergency repairs and tarp service or whatever your roof requires. Call Papa now for our free total inspection, 945-2700. We believe it's wise to be proactive and it costs you nothing to join our list. Call Papa for our free total inspection at 945-2700. That's 945-2700, area code 239-945-2700.
License number CCC 1326213.
This is State Representative Spencer Roach. Did you know that President Trump is not the first president to call Florida home? That honor belongs to Florida's first territorial governor and America's 7th president, Andrew Jackson. Jackson was a true badass. He's the youngest prisoner of war in U.S. history. He was 14. He once refused